2023 high school baseball and softball on WJER is made possible by great local sponsors like Keim Home Center, Wood Electric, Pets Place, Dover Brake, Dover Philly Heating and Cooling, Kemp Insurance, Smartway Communications, T-County Boxing Academy, Wendy's, Geib Funeral Homes, Crematories and Pet Crematory, Subway, Cleveland Clinic Union Hospital, and Omni Fiber. Tune in for today's game on 100.9 FM, AM 1450, or watch live online at WJER.com/videos or on the WJER Radio YouTube channel. Now let's go live to the ballpark for all of today's action on WJER, the sports voice of the Valley.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to New Philadelphia Tuscarora Park for the 103rd meeting between the visiting Dover Crimson Tornadoes, sporting a 10-4 record, and the home team, the New Philadelphia Quakers, with a record of 9-6. This is Jason Hall with WJER Sports, joined along tonight by the coach, Phil Tidrick, and we're partnering today with Claxon Communications to bring you this live stream coverage of this historical rival. When we come back to the park, we're going to be joined with the coach, and we're going to talk a little about the home team, the New Philadelphia Quakers. And this is Jason Hall for WJER Sports.
Family owned and operated for more than 50 years, Dover Brake specializes in sales and service of everything involving automotive and heavy-duty brakes, along with a vast selection of truck parts and accessories. They also offer alignment, custom U-bolt bending, industrial sandblasting, bonding, and more. And now, you can find the parts you're searching for with a complete in-store inventory updated regularly at DoverBrakeInc.com. Safely shop and pay online and have your purchase delivered, or pick it up at Dover Brake, Route 250 in Strasburg, online at DoverBrakeInc.com.
Hello, Dover. Omni Fiber is excited to be a part of your community and offer a new choice in internet service. For a limited time, when you sign up for Omni Fiber, you will get 3 months free internet. That's right, 3 months free. Enjoy the speed and reliability of our new 100% fiber network with upload speeds up to 50 times faster than cable, Ohio-based sales and customer service, and speeds up to 2 gig. Sign up today and get 3 months of Omni Fiber internet on us. Visit omnifiber.com/WJER to learn more.
This is Jim Moser with Dover Philly Heating and Cooling. We are living in unusual times, and virtually all businesses are affected by product shortages and shipping delays. With this in mind, I'd like to encourage you to keep your current HVAC system in good working order. Service is our first order of business, and we want to be your first call anytime you need help with your heating and cooling system, even if it's in the middle of the night.
To schedule a maintenance check of your HVAC system, call Dover Philly Heating and Cooling, your local trained comfort specialist at 330-343-5511.
Pets Place in New Philadelphia is your locally owned leader in pet supply and wellness. Pets Place has products for pets from fish to ferrets, from bunnies to birds, even reptiles, and of course, everything you need for cats and dogs. Stop by and talk to one of their knowledgeable team members about the frequent buyer program. Pets Place, 118 Commercial Avenue Southwest in New Philadelphia. Open Monday through Friday 9 to 8 and Saturday and Sunday 9 to 6. You can also visit at petsplaceohio.com or on Facebook.
Welcome back to Tuscarora Park for tonight's 103rd meeting between the visiting Dover Crimson Tornadoes and the home team, the New Philadelphia Quakers. We're joined here today by my partner, the coach, Phil Tidrick. And Coach, welcome, and maybe give us a little insight. You've probably seen New Philadelphia play more than I have. What's your thoughts on the Quakers so far this season?
Well, you know, you look at a 9-6 record, and they're 6-4 in the OCC. So probably not where Coach Weissel wanted to be at this time. But, you know, considering the fact that he's got a lot of youth in the lineup. And, you know, I would think that, you know, you're never satisfied with your record, Jason. You know how that goes. Right. You know, you're never satisfied with your record. But, you know, I would say some of the games that they've won, as I saw the Steubenville game and the Dover game, and you know, they play well. You know, they're not going to hit a whole lot of home runs for sure, but you know, they do the little things. You know, they'll steal a base. You know, they'll move a runner. They'll do all of what I call fundamental things correctly, and they've had some success. They had some success last year when they got beat in the district finals, and by Steubenville, who they beat earlier this year. Where we did the game on Denny Trimmer and I did the game on that night, and so they have good pitching, good young pitching, and they field the ball well, make the plays that you're supposed to make. And, as a coach, that's really about the only thing that you could hope for is that they go out, get good pitching, play good defense, and give yourself a chance to win.
I agree 100%. And before we go to a quick break, we're going to thank one of our pregame sponsors, and that's Cleveland Clinic Union Hospital. Cleveland Clinic Union Hospital, whether it's the sniffles and sneezes or something more serious, world-class care is near you. Find your nearest provider at clevelandclinic.org/locations. We'll be back soon with more pregame here at Tuscarora Park with WJER Sports. I'm Jason Hall.
Join us at Keim Home Center for Customer Appreciation Days, April 17th through the 22nd. Keim is offering big savings, prize drawings, and good food. Save 12% on items through most of the store, plus Trex decking and Keim stock moldings. Enter our drawing to win great prizes. Don't miss the free pancakes and sausage breakfast Thursday through Saturday, the week of the sale. Our caring experts look forward to serving you. Don't miss Customer Appreciation Days at Keim, April 17th through the 22nd.
This is Don Kemp with Kemp Insurance. Whether it's repair work from a fender bender, the after effects of a powerful storm, or a life-changing moment like a house fire, Kemp Insurance is here to provide unmatched customer service. Kemp Insurance, your local hometown agents for over 35 years.
This is Nathan Kemp with Kemp Insurance. Contact us today for all your auto, home, farm, business, and life insurance needs. We're proud to have been your local hometown agents for over 35 years and look forward to helping you see the difference local agents can make for you. Kemp Insurance in New Philadelphia.
Tired of unreliable internet service and unexpected bill increases? Experience internet another way, the Smart Way. Smart Way Communications is your locally owned and operated high-speed internet provider now serving Dover and New Philadelphia and beyond. Don't get locked into plans with more or less speed than you need. Smart Way is the better way. Local customer service, local infrastructure, and community-minded. That's the Smart Way to get reliable, affordable internet in Tuscarawas County. Call Smart Way at 740-254-8201, online at thinksmartway.com.
Whether you're looking for a little extra income on the side or an exciting full-time career with endless potential for advancement, our local McDonald's has an opportunity for you. Flexible schedules, competitive pay, fun perks, and a supportive team environment are all part of the package. A job at McDonald's is one of a kind, just like you. Wherever you are in life, you can find a meaningful career at McDonald's, and it comes with a side of whatever makes you happy. Apply online at mcdonalds.com today.
And we're back here at Tuscarora Park for tonight's matchup, 103rd matchup to be exact, between Dover and New Philly. This part of our pregame show, we're going to look in a little bit to the Crimson Tornadoes, coached by Jeff Fondrest. He has, I believe this is his 7th year at Dover. Very successful coach in the area. I believe he was at Tusky Valley. He was at Strasburg. He was at Tuscarawas Central Catholic before settling in here in Dover for the last 7 years. Little different team this year for him. Lost a really good group of seniors last year, very successful. I believe they were like 23-3, 23-4. Of course, in that D1 division, got beat in the second round last year by North Canton Hoover at Munson Stadium. But a team that, the Tornado Nation really thought would struggle this year with the youth that they have. They only have about 2 or 3 seniors, so they lost all their pitching from last year. They lost all their infielders left from last year except one, including their catcher, and only one guy is returning in the outfield from last year. So brand new look for Dover's Coach Fondrest. Hey, he started out, he's 10-4. He's had some big wins against teams like Steubenville and the Lindsley Academy. So looking for a little revenge tonight in this 103rd meeting, Coach, as Dover took one on the chin earlier this year to New Philadelphia in Dover.
They did, and baseball is a funny game. You've been around baseball all your life. I've been around around baseball for most of my life as well. And, it really doesn't matter. This is the one sport that it really, really doesn't matter what your record is on any given night. And you could find a hot pitcher. You could go out and make 3 or 4 or 5 errors. You could go out and just knock the heck out of the baseball too. So I guess we'll just happen to see tonight. How it goes. Like you said, we've got 2 young teams for the most part playing one another, and rivals. Obviously, 113th game. That means you've played quite a few games over the course of the careers of New Philadelphia and Dover high schools.
Oh, I agree 100%. I don't want to kind of date you or Coach Fondress either in that aspect, but I remember sitting in these same seats or in the dugout being a bat boy when both of you played in the Class A League. But we're not going to touch that one. And, folks, we're going to take a quick break, and we're going to be just about in time for that first pitch here. But this is Jason Hall with WJER Sports. We'll be right back after these messages.
Cleveland Clinic Union Hospital is your first choice for primary care. From a network of family providers to convenient locations near you, you'll always get safe care right where you need it. For wellness visits, for managing your health conditions, for every care in the world. Turn to Union Hospital for all your primary care needs. All Union Hospital locations are accepting new patients. Don't delay. Schedule an appointment today at 330-602-0778.
The T County Boxing Academy is the area's #1 training center for those who are serious about boxing. Serious athletes know that everything they put into their bodies affects their workouts, which is why the T County Boxing Academy offers the industry's best supplements at the best prices for the best workouts possible, including brands like 5% Nutrition. Try their real food protein with low glycemic carbs. If you want to train like the pros, use the supplements pro boxer Sugar Dre Donovan of Urixville uses. Available at the T County Boxing Academy, located on East High Avenue in New Philadelphia.
Wendy's new French toast sticks are so delicious, some are saying that they're better than their mom's breakfast.
Excuse me, did you just say Wendy's new French toast sticks are better than my breakfast?
Mom, is that you?
Answer the question.
I said some people are saying that because they're so crispy on the outside and fluffy on the inside and perfect in every way.
Uh-huh. And what do you think?
I think it's time to tell people to choose wisely. Choose Wendy's new sweet and crispy home-style French toast sticks.
That's still not an answer.
At participating U.S. Wendy's during breakfast hours.
We're back here at Tuscarora Park. PA announcer Bill Morgan giving the starting lineups for both teams tonight. Dover, as you can see, in their road grays. New Philly in their black jerseys, red numerals and white pants. And we're going to go straight to the playing of our national anthem here before we get our game started. And that was the playing of our national anthem. And we're about ready for some baseball here. Our first pitch tonight, another one of our fantastic pregame sponsors, is going to be Geib Funeral Homes. And a big thank you to them. The Geib family and staff wish all of our area's spring sports athletes the best of luck this season. When it matters most, you can put your trust in Geib. Guide Funeral Home, crematories, remembrance centers, and pet crematory, serving Tuscarawas County families for 5 generations. On the hill tonight for New Philadelphia, Gavin Blake wears number 18. His battery partner behind the plate, Noah Bolin. I tell you, I got the opportunity to watch a little bit of the Dover Philly game earlier this season. Really impressed with Bolin. Moves well back there, blocks the ball well, strong arm, throwing to second base, kind of built like a little pop can, but very impressed with his catching ability.
Well, they told me at one time earlier in the year he had thrown out like 7 of 8 or 7 of 9 runners trying to steal. And, I don't know how he's done in the last few games. I've been out of town, so, I haven't had a chance to see the Quakes here over the last couple of weeks. But, they say he does a great job, good RBI guy for the Quakers. And Gavin Blake, he played basketball for me the last year. I was a freshman basketball coach. And so what a great kid. And this is the game, this is the sport that he really loves. He's one of those guys that, would play baseball every day. And so, they are without undeniably their leader, Carter Vandal tonight. Carter is, I believe, down in Columbus. He is playing in the Ohio High School Basketball Coaches Association Ohio All-Star game. So the Quakers will definitely miss him this evening.
Great kid, not only a great athlete, but great kid, great family, Carter Vandal. But we wish him the best this weekend in that All-Star game. But we're going to start our own game here tonight as number 15, James Leggett, a senior, steps in the box. Leggett on the year. He is batting .297, probably the fastest kid on the Dover roster. Let's see what he does with this first pitch as Blake fires. Big bender, misses the outside corner of the plate for ball 1. So see what he comes back with here as a counter. Winds in the pitch. That's right down the heart of the plate for strike 1. James Leggett with a 1-1 count. Trying to get something he can put in play here. Use that speed. Paul sails a little bit wide.
Up the games,
Yep.
and I get that. Just get out and get going, and guys are on deck. They can go get it and let's move on with it.
There's a slow roller, and Leggett uses those wheels, and he's safe at first. Ball just kind of skips under the glove of the Quaker shortstop, Kane Oddie. And Dover's got their first base runner aboard and probably a good set of wheels. Now, I've been around Coach Fonders for a long time, known him since I've been about 7 or 8 years old. I'm going to put house money on this that someone might square the bunt to get Leggett to second base. First pitch to Kelliker, junior. He's the DH tonight. That's wide of the plate for ball 1. Blake comes set. There's a high fastball. That one's out of the zone. Ethan Kelliker looking at a 2-0 count. Really a good hitter's count for Kelliker, who's batting .372 on the year. He's played a lot since his freshman year, kind of filled it in the infield, and this year kind of being leaned on to pitch a little bit for Coach Fonders and his Dover team. But 2-0 count. Blake's kind of keeping Leggett honest. Comes to the plate and throws ball 3.
Probably not the start that Coach wanted or that Gavin wanted here. He's got down 3-0 in the count. You just got to start throwing strikes and come back.
Tried to do that there and just missed off the outside corner of the plate. So Leggett's going to advance to second base. Ethan Kelliker to first. And that's going to bring Hunter Edwards to the plate. Sophomore. Catches, plays right field. Tonight he's in right field. Hottest bat on the team. Hunter Edwards batting an astounding .486 on the season. I've seen him play, half a dozen games for Dover, and it seems like he smashes. Doesn't always get a hit, but he hits it hard every time he's up. And there's a hot one down the third baseline. Fielded well for the force. Throws a little bit wide to first base, so Edwards is going to be safe. But Gavin Blake gets his first out. Great play there by the third baseman, Braylon McBride. Little backhand, little Phil Tidrick backhand there from his days in the Class A League here on this field, and gets the first out for the Quakers.
Yeah, in all honesty, though, Jason, that was pretty much a tailor-made double play, to be honest with you.
Yeah, it was.
Just had to finish the throw to first base, but he made a nice pick.
Stepping in the box for Dover, one of three seniors on Coach Fonders's team, and this is Ben Ham. Ben batting .333 on the season. Sees a big sweeping 12-6 curve for strike one.
You couldn't ask for really a nicer day the end of April out here at Tuscarora Park. You got a nice crowd here watching the game.
Good baseball weather for Ohio. Blake comes back, tries to throw back-to-back deuces to get Ham looking. This one kind of down out of the bottom of the zone. Ham with a 1-1 count. Prime opportunity if you can place a ball in that right center gap here with guys on first and second. We'll see if he gets it in play. And boy, that looked like I knew what I was talking about. Hits a fly ball to right field. Great play out there. Turning his hips and making the catch. Ham's fly ball is caught for out two, but James Leggett, heady tag up, and he advances to third base. So with two outs, Leggett on third, Kelliker still on first. And that's going to bring up the shortstop, Mason Gruhl, batting .211 on the season. Had a big hit last night for Dover's win over Lindsley to tie the score. And we'll see if he can stay hot tonight and get Dover their first run. Pitch comes to the plate. That's going to be outside for ball one. Coach Fonders, he's assisted by Doug Bircher and Kevin Keffer. Coach Willoughby, he's assisted by, Coach Weissel's assisted by Chris Willoughby. And just on that note, Gruhl hits a long fly ball to center field, and it's caught, and the Dover's inning comes to an end with no score. We'll be back with the bottom half of the first inning. This is Jason Hall and Phil Tidrick with WJER Sports.
Hi, this is Ann Geib, president of the Geib Funeral Homes and Crematories. If our family and staff had the opportunity to share a significant date with you through a program, a meeting, a conversation, or a family remembrance, thank you for allowing us to share in your life. It's what the Geib family and staff have been doing for 5 generations, and it is what we'll continue to do, to take care of whatever you need, in the Geib tradition of excellence.
We're back here at Tuscarora Park. Dover went down scoreless in the top half of the first inning. They had an opportunity, had the guys on first and third with 2 outs, but couldn't plate that runner. So it's going to give the Quakers their turn at bat. They are going to be led off by number 3, Carson Long. He's the right fielder today. The battery for the Tornadoes, again, a youth movement. We have Colin Bruno, he's a sophomore pitcher for Dover. He's kind of been the staple point for Dover. He's pitched 27.2 innings. He's got an ERA of 0.51. Now, I've got to watch him throw a couple times this year. Does a great job of keeping the ball down in the bottom of the zone. And when he misses, he's usually below that strike box, we'll call it. But very even kill kid, doesn't seem to get too excited. And he's not going to blow you away with a 96-mile-an-hour fastball, but he does a great job hitting his spots and making hitters work for their hits.
Well, sometimes, Jason, in this game, you'd rather face guys that can bring it a little bit.
Sure.
And, instead of guys that really change speeds, I've played a lot of baseball over the years, and, a lot of the guys that give you problems now are the guys that really change the speed, really change speeds and keep you guessing, especially if the ball comes out in the same location from the same arm angle. Those are a little tougher to pick up, especially when you got a little shade and a little sun like you do here at Tuscarora Park.
Well, my son is educating me now, a freshman pitcher at Malone, that they call that tunneling. Every pitch looks the same, but each pitch is different and it's movement. But we'll see what Colin Bruno, how his start's going to be here against Carson Long. First pitch is away, and on cue, down out of the bottom of the zone for ball one. Bruno, three-sport athlete, football, basketball, baseball. I think this might be his favorite, not sure. But second pitch is a fastball down in the zone, grounded to the second baseman, Nathan Leggett. He wheels and turns to Cade McGarry, and out number one for the Quakers. As a pitcher, you love two-pitch at-bats. So that's going to bring up Max Steele, brother of Chase Steele, son of Todd Steele, I should say.
Yeah, it's a longtime trainer in New Philadelphia. Yeah. And actually, Mac, his brother, played baseball for me.
Wow.
The last time that Coach Reese and I were the head coaches.
Bruno with a big sweeping 12-6 curveball for strike one to Steele. Hits the outside corner. Steele, very, very quick kid, too. Got to see him play a little bit of that first matchup, and he moves real well. Bruno comes back with another off-speed pitch. He gets Steele to foul that one off, and Steele's in the hole 0-2. Now, as a batter, Coach, you played in one or two baseball games over your career. Would you bat? What do you think in 0-2 as a hitter?
Thinking choke up a little bit and put it in play.
Good answer. Good answer. Bruno comes to the plate. Thought he hit the spot. So did his catcher, Jonah Marks, but must have just missed outside. Count goes to 1-2. One out here in the bottom of the first inning. Bruno gets his sign. He's going to wheel to the plate. Tries to come back to that 12-6 curveball of his and misses high. So the count is even at 2-2. Bruno in the windup, comes to the plate, throws a strike, gets Steele to pop it up, and that's going to be the second out of the inning. Put out for Dover by the sophomore Nathan Leggett. And Bruno's cruising here through the first inning with 2 outs. And that's going to bring up the pitcher, number 18, Gavin Blake. He's going to step in the box and see if he can get something going for the Quakers.
Batting third, Quaker pitcher number 18, Gavin Blake.
Gavin Blake, physical-looking kid. Sees a first pitch curveball, misses inside. Bruno's going to look to try to get back into this count and even it up with a strike. We'll see what he wheels and brings to the plate. Comes with a fastball. That misses low and inside. So now we're on the opposite side, Coach. You're the hitter. You got a 2-0 count.
Well, you're looking for a fastball. I mean, you're looking for something to drive, whether it's a fastball or a curve. Whatever pitch that you really like to drive, you just kind of sit back and you wait. And if you got one down the middle, you swing. If not, you let it go.
Well, that was a pitch. I don't think he wanted to swing at that. Ground ball slowly to third baseman Ben Ham and makes the throw to Cade McGarry. Gets the out. A little confusion there because the ball did come out of the first baseman's glove, but bases umpire said that was long enough for the out. And we're through one inning here. New Philadelphia 0, Dover 0. And when we come back to Tuscarora Park, we'll have the Tornadoes coming up to bat in the top of the second. This is Jason Hall with WJER Sports.
The Eat Fresh refresh just won't stop. Now Subway is refreshing their catering with easy order platters and box meals perfect for any occasion. Start with sandwich or wrap platters. They're loaded with craveable crowd pleasers to feed your crew without all the work. Or try individually packaged box meals featuring a tasty 6-inch sub, foot-long, or wrap, plus chips and a freshly baked cookie. When you have a group to feed, make it fun, delicious, and easy with catering from Subway. Visit Subway.com to place your catering order. Advance notice may be required.
The T-County Boxing Academy is the area's #1 training center for those who are serious about boxing. They offer adult and youth boxing classes for kids as young as 7, along with Muay Thai for ages 10 and up, and mixed martial arts. Most classes are held 2 to 3 times per week at the T-County Boxing Academy, located on East High Avenue in New Philadelphia, and prices start at $60 per month. Remember, your first session of any class is always free at the T-County Boxing Academy, where serious athletes train.
And we're back here at Tuscarora Park as we're going into the top of the second inning. Dover 0, New Philadelphia 0. Stepping in the box for Dover is junior Cade McGarry. He's playing first base tonight. But, Coach, as I sit here and I look around, I spent a lot of time at this field as a kid watching my dad umpire, watching guys like you and Jeff Fonders play baseball. This is probably one of the nicest baseball settings in our area.
We like to think so, just because it's within Tuscarora Park. But they've got a group right now led by Kelly Reeves, Kelly Ricklick, and Tom Farbizo right now that they're trying to raise private money to renovate our field, put a little turf on our field, on the infield, redo the dugouts, and that kind of thing. So hopefully, if you were a New Philly baseball player, anybody just wants to help out, I'm sure those guys would really appreciate that. And I know when you were out here watching, and I played for all those years and coached for all those years, we didn't have grass on the infield because they had adult softball played out here. They had fast pitch out here and also slow pitch out here, so they couldn't put any grass on the infield. So with the grass and everything, it's a tremendous looking field.
So Cade McGarry leads off with a single just over the outreach of the New Philly shortstop, and that's going to bring to bat the catcher, Jonah Marks. Jonah Marks on the year, he's batting .237, and he's going to see if he can advance Cade McGarry or maybe even push him a little farther, maybe with an extra base hit. Counts 1-0, comes to the plate, squares the bunt, and a quick pick throw to first base trying to get McGarry. He's safe. Pitch was called a strike, so Jonah Marks is looking at a 1-1 count.
Trying to play good fundamental baseball, trying to get the bunt down to advance the runner, and looks like he's doing it again.
He does, and he gets it just fair. Does a great job. Tagged out by Gavin Blake, but sacrifice accomplished. Cade McGarry goes to second base, and we have one out here in the top of the second. That's going to bring to bat the sophomore, number 14, Nathan Leggett, getting the opportunity this year to play with his older brother, senior James Leggett. But Nathan on the year batting .192, very athletic kid. Just hasn't caught on to that hot bat yet, but he's going to see if he can get something here tonight against his rival. Big 12-6 curve thrown by Blake, high in the zone. Gives Leggett a 1-ball and no strike count. Blake keeping an eye on Cade McGarry at second. He's coming to the plate with a fastball, and that's hit right back up the middle. It's not going to score McGarry, but it's going to advance him to third base, and Nathan Leggett with a single up the middle. Whether that's fielded cleanly or not, he would have beat that out just because of the velocity of the ball coming off his bat. And that's going to bring up another sophomore. As we mentioned earlier in the game, youthful teams here tonight for both squads. It's number 6, Caden Shy, sophomore, playing center field, 3-sport athlete, and seeing if he can get his bat going tonight because he's batting about .282. Quick throw over to first base by Blake to try to get Nathan Leggett maybe caught trying to steal, but that attempt was for naught. Throw again. Safe at first.
Now, if this was Major League Baseball, you'd only be able to throw over there one more time in this at bat.
Yeah, he'd be done.
Yeah, then you have to make your pitch.
Throws again. Yeah, I'm not sure yet how I feel about throwing over, how I feel about the pitch clock. I think I like the pitch clock because it keeps the game moving a little bit. I don't know so much about throwing over. So Shy pulls the ball dead left down the third baseline, very close to being fair. Fielder fielded it in the foul territory prior to it getting past the bag. So home plate umpire calls foul ball, and he has a no ball, 1 strike count. Pitch coming to Shy, and he slaps a single to first base. That's going to score McGarry. Nathan Legg is going to try to stretch it to third base, and he does so. Tornadoes are on the board. Caden Shy with an RBI single, and we have 1-0 with 1 out in the top of the second. Veteran catcher Noah Bolin, he's going to make a trip out to the mound to maybe try to get his pitcher on the same page, maybe try to calm him down a little bit. And, pitcher's dream here is roll a ground ball and get a double play to get yourself out of the inning.
You know, it is. You either get yourself a nice ground ball or possibly, get a strikeout is what he's looking for. So they continue. If he can get out of this just holding the Tornadoes to 1 run, that would be a heck of an effort by Gavin Blake.
It sure would. Stepping in the box, the leadoff hitter, James Leggett, senior, he's going to try to help the Tornadoes get some more runners, and he turns on an inside fastball, but quite foul down the left field foul line. Leggett reminds me of the guy from Major League, Willie Mays Hayes, because he gets it on the ground and he's fast enough. He can beat just about anything out. Throw to first to try to pick Shy, and that attempt is called safe. Blake to the plate. That ball's down low. That's going to even the count to James Leggett to 1-1. I don't know if he would do it, Coach, but there's enough speed on the bases and at the plate. Good opportunity maybe for a squeeze here. Try to get 2 runs up. And there's a ground ball hit the third base. Bobbled a little bit. Strong enough throw to get Leggett at first, but Shy overruns second. And they're going to pick him off of second base. As a coach, you just had one of your players running out of an inning, so Dover goes down with only 1 run, and that's the best case scenario for Gavin Blake. So we're through the top half of the second. When we come back, the Quakers will get their opportunity to try to even the score. This is Jason Hall and Phil Tidrick with WJER Sports.
Join us at Keim Home Center for Customer Appreciation Days, April 17th through the 22nd. Keim is offering big savings, prize drawings, and good food. Save 12% on items through most of the store, plus Trex decking and Keim stock moldings. Enter our drawing to win great prizes. Don't miss the free pancakes and sausage breakfast Thursday through Saturday, the week of the sale. Our caring experts look forward to serving you. Don't miss Customer Appreciation Days at Keim, April 17th through the 22nd.
Wood Electric has been trusted with all of your electrical needs for over 30 years. They're the place to call for industrial, commercial, and residential work. Wood Electric is available 24 hours a day and ready to help with any electrical problem, outage, or installation. Wood Electric, serving Tuscarawas County and beyond since 1988. Like Wood Electric on Facebook or find them online at woodelectric.net.
Back here at Tuscarora Park, Dover gets their first run on the board in the top half of the second. They lead New Philadelphia by a score of 1-0. Colin Bruno back out there on the mound for the Tornadoes. But while we look at the scoreboard, hey, let's thank our sponsor for that scoreboard. Thanks to Keim Home Center. Keim is located on 50 acres in the rolling hills of Holmes County and is the destination and trusted source for your home building and woodwork needs. They are dedicated to caring for your project like they would care for their own. Visit them on State Route 557 in Charm or at KeimLember.com. Stepping in the box for the Quakers, this looks like the big guy, Maddox Brown. Maddox Brown looks like he stands about 6'5". Takes a first pitch ball down in the bottom of the zone. That strike box has to move up a little bit when you're facing a guy that stands as tall as Maddox Brown. Bruno set to pitch. He comes with another fastball. That's a ground ball hit to Ham. Fields it clean, makes a good throw to Cade McGarry, and Maddox Brown is retired for out number 1 for New Philadelphia. Now comes the spark plug, I call him, to the plate, the catcher Noah Bolin. Kind of the glue, I think, that as a leader for this team with the absence of Carter Vandal, that is going to try to get his team a win tonight.
I know earlier in the year and everything, he was on a pretty good roll at the plate. He was hitting over 400 and was leading the team in RBI. So, pretty consistent.
Well, he saw a first pitch curveball for ball 1, and he's going to look to see if he can get something here to drive. Second pitch to the plate, fastball, down in the zone, down too low, and Noah Bolin just got ball number 2. So, as Coach mentioned earlier, 2-0 count, he's thinking fastball, he's thinking something he can smash. He gets that fastball, hits it hard, but hits it to shortstop Mason Gruhl. Fields clean, throws clean, out at first base for the second out for the Quakers. Dover defensively so far, pretty clean. A lot of ground balls in the infield. They're fielding and making good throws. With that brings the sophomore Keaton Fossil to the plate. And great year as a quarterback as a sophomore, grew as the season went on, and now he's looking to extend that into his baseball season.
Yeah, he did. He got tremendous. He got a lot better from the week 1 until week 11, and he can be. Obviously has a lot of room to grow yet, and baseball wise. I've not really seen him play a whole lot, but they tell me that obviously he's a pretty good baseball player as well.
Well, he saw a ball, and then he swung at a strike. He's got a 1-1 count. Bruno to the plate, down in the zone. He likes to live down there, and it was called a ball, so Fossil has a 2-1 count with 2 outs here in the bottom of the second. Bruno's going to wheel and deal. Strike, outside corner, painted to black. Little Greg Maddox painting there on the outside corner to even the count at 2-2. Bruno winds. The pitch, fastball, inside, slow roller. Going to be a tough play, is a tough play, and that's going to be an infield single for Keaton Fossil. Ball wasn't hit hard, just kind of got caught up in that thick grass, and we're just going to take a heck of a play to get him out.
Yeah, once it got by the pitcher, Fossil has pretty good speed, and he was able to leg that out. And I would be very, very surprised if we don't see a steal attempt here within the first 3 pitches of this at bat. Brant Wells up, one of their senior leaders on their baseball team.
Well, a good opportunity for Wells to make a memory as a senior in this rivalry game. Bruno with an eye on Fossil, throws, tries to pick him off. Fossil's safe at first. And Bruno going to try to deal here and try to get this third out in the bottom of the second inning. Fossil with a pretty good lead at first, keeps extending it. Bruno's going to come to the plate. Throws a high fastball for ball 1. If you're a catcher, that's the one you like coming in, because if he's stealing, you're already up on your haunches ready to make the throw.
You are, and Coach Weisel's telling Fossil he needs to get off a little bit more, because, it takes a pretty good throw to pick a guy off first base.
And he's gone, but a foul ball by Brant Wells. It's going to even his count to 1-1. Wells steps in. He's going to await this pitch. Fossil's trying to extend that lead. Bruno's going to throw over, and he's got him leaning. McGarry's going to throw it to second. Throws good. Head first slide. And Keaton Fossil is out at second base. Just kind of caught leaning there. So we're through 2 innings of play. The score, Dover 1, New Philadelphia 0. This is Jason Hall with WJER Sports.
Tired of unreliable internet service and unexpected bill increases? Experience internet another way, the smart way. Smart Way Communications is your locally owned and operated high-speed internet provider, now serving Dover and New Philadelphia and beyond. Don't get locked into plans with more or less speed than you need. Smart Way is the better way. Local customer service, local infrastructure, and community-minded. That's the smart way to get reliable, affordable internet in Tuscarawas County. Call Smart Way at 740-254-8201, online at thinksmartway.com.
Katie, I don't know how you get to work so early, and you even have time to stop at McDonald's.
It's so quick with the McDonald's app. I order and pay from home, pull into the pickup spot, and they bring my food right out. Or I can just run in and grab it from the pickup area.
I always remember the app once I'm already at McDonald's.
But that's okay. Just use it when you order at the drive-thru or inside. Open the app, get your code, and you'll earn points toward free McDonald's food. Plus, the app is loaded with daily deals.
Suddenly I'm having a Big Mac attack.
That sounds good. I'll order it from my app.
The McDonald's mobile app. I'm loving it.
We're back here at Tuscarora Park, located in New Philadelphia, for the 103rd meeting of this baseball rivalry between Dover and New Philadelphia. Our score now is Dover 1, New Philly 0. Top half of the third, that's going to bring to the plate the junior Ethan Kelliker. Kelliker, as we mentioned earlier on the year, batting .372. His brother Nolan was a part of this program last year, now plays for the Yellow Jackets of Baldwin Wallace. Whoa, first pitch sails high. I think Gavin Blake tried to put a little extra mustard on that one. It sailed high out of the zone for ball one. Kelliker, fastball, hits it up the middle. Good bounce to Wells. He makes a good throw, picked out of the dirt by Maddox Brown, and retires Ethan Kelliker. The hottest bat on the team, Hunter Edwards, he's going to step in the box with one out. Batting .486. Sophomore, shares catching duties, and also plays right field. Sometimes he's the DH too, but got a hot bat. And he smashes one foul down the third baseline. Probably 10, 15 years ago, Coach Fonders might have tried to make a play on that, coaching third base, but as he gets up there in his coaching career, he's like, yeah, we'll leave that for someone on the bench to go catch.
There's no reason to bend over.
To the plate comes Blake, and a pop-up to Hunter Edwards, and he is going to be retired for the second out of the inning. Coach, as we talk about the 103rd meeting, I got a young man here, kind of known him for a while. He was the winning pitcher of the 100th win in this game for Dover, and the winning pitcher in the 102nd win for this Dover squad, as Ham singles up the middle for his base hit on the night. And we're going to welcome in now a freshman again, Aiden Hall, Malone University pitcher, one of Coach Crank's starting four in the rotation. And Aiden, welcome. And let me ask you, you got Coach Tidrick here, and what's it like to be back here watching this game now as a graduate?
Glad to be here. Thanks for having me on. It feels good to be back, but it feels really weird to not be playing in this game. And I just wish I could be out there with the guys, but it's fun to watch and come see this rivalry, and it's great to be a part of this community. And
just there, we had a ground ball force-out play to the shortstop, and the Quakers retire Tornadoes in order, or I should say on the third out. And when we come back, we'll listen to more from Aiden, but we're through the top half of the third inning. Dover still leading 1-0. When we come back, we'll give you some more live action from WJER Sports.
Family owned and operated for more than 50 years, Dover Brake specializes in sales and service of everything involving automotive and heavy-duty brakes, along with a vast selection of truck parts and accessories. They also offer alignment, custom U-bolt bending, industrial sandblasting, bonding, and more. And now, you can find the parts you're searching for with a complete in-store inventory updated regularly at DoverBrakeInc.com. Safely shop and pay online and have your purchase delivered, or pick it up at Dover Brake, Route 250 in Strasburg, online at DoverBrakeInc.com.
We're back here at Tuscarora Park. We're in the bottom half of the third inning. Dover leading 1-0. Quakers ready to come to the plate. The coach, Phil Tidrick, and I, joined by former Dover three-sport star Aiden Hall, now a pitcher with the Malone Pioneers, coached under Coach Crank. And Aiden, you know, you've known Coach Fondurst ever since you were a little guy. He kind of worked with you on your pitching, and now, of course, you're playing for Coach Crank. What's the biggest difference, baseball-wise, not coaching and playing, going from high school to the college ranks?
The coaching style is a lot alike. Coach Fonz and Coach Crank are both two guys that love the game and just love sharing their knowledge with players of the game. And they just coach the same, and all their roles are the same, so like no beards or anything like that, and just taking the game serious and just working your hardest, doing your job, and getting things done.
With that, Aiden, we're going to welcome into home plate. I'm going to say
Kane Oddie.
Kane
Oddie, 8-9-1 here to start the bottom half of the third inning.
And Oddie's going to see a ball one from Colin Bruno. Bruno's going to want a quick inning to get his Tornadoes back up to bat. We'll see if he can get that accomplished here with this second pitch. He's coming to the plate, and a swing and a miss by Oddie on that belt-high fastball from Bruno. Counts 1-1. There's a pitch, and there's a pop fly foul down the first baseline. McGarry's going to run out of room. He's going to end up in the batting cages. Well, that's just going to be a long strike, and that's going to be strike two on Audie. You know, Coach, I think Aiden, what he meant to say, you know, Coach Crank, Coach Fondurst, no beards, hustle, fundamentals. I think the word he was looking for was old school.
Well, pretty much. I know both coaches, obviously. Not Coach Crank very, very well, but I'm acquainted with him. And I've coached Fonz, played against him for about 18 years in the Class A league, and I'll just say he was a pretty doggone good player. But and they both are. They stress fundamentals. And back when I played, I never bunted, but when I became a coach, we bunted a lot and stole a lot of bases, and like the suicide squeeze. I'd have never thought about doing something like that when I was playing the playing days.
So Audie got rung up looking on an outside corner fastball for the first out of the inning. Up to bat now is Caden Stewart. He sees ball one. Now he's going to see a foul ball, which is going to be strike one. Well, Aiden, as your freshman season, at Malone starts wrapping up. Of course, the Pioneers had a big win last night against the University of Akron, 12-9. You got to pitch in that game, had a scoreless inning. Well, I guess to close it out, what things do you, as a freshman pitcher, you're coming back, actually in the fall for the fall season. What do you got to do over the summer to, I guess, take yourself up a notch?
I think the biggest thing this summer that I need to work on for sure is gaining weight and momentum and strength towards the plate, especially in my hips and in my lower half, to really get that going downhill and start blowing it past hitters.
Well, that as your dad, I hope that's the case. And we thank you for coming on as Bruno throws a pitch, and that's going to be a pop fly probably and caught by Caden Shy for out number 2. But, Aiden, thank you for coming on. I know the coach and I, we've watched you for the last 4 years anyhow, and wish you the best of luck with the Pioneers.
For having me on.
Good luck, Kate.
Thank you.
Okay, you got back to the leadoff here for the Quakers sophomore, Carson Long, and so far the the pitching by Dover has been pretty good. Colin Bruno has been really, really good so far.
Well, he's doing a good job, as we mentioned pregame, keeping the ball down, changing speeds, and forcing the Quakers to hit a lot of ground balls and some soft fly balls. Caden Stewart, our senior, he's going to look at a ball there down in the zone. Actually, Caden Stewart played with my son Aiden one summer with the travel baseball team along with Carter Vandal. Stewart, he's going to try to extend this inning, get a base hit, and see if he can start some magic for the Quakers. Comes the pitch to the plate. He squares the bunt on a 12-6. I don't know if he missed the sign or is upset with himself for squaring at the curveball, but he's got a 1-2 count. Swing and a miss on the curveball, and that is out number 3 for Colin Bruno. And we're through 3 innings. Dover leading 1-0. And we'll come back here shortly to Tuscarora Park, and this is WJER Sports.
Life moves fast. Can you keep up? Cleveland Clinic Union Hospital Ortho Express Care welcomes patients with no appointment necessary, so injury or joint pain never slow you down. Our orthopedic experts will give you the care you need when you need it. For every break and breakthrough, for every bone and joint, for every care in the world. Walk in for orthopedic care close to you in the Heritage Square Plaza at Dover. Learn more at unionhospital.org/orthoexpresscare.
This is Don Kemp with Kemp Insurance. Whether it's repair work from a fender bender, the after effects of a powerful storm, or a life-changing moment like a house fire, Kemp Insurance is here to provide unmatched customer service. Kemp Insurance, your local hometown agents for over 35 years.
This is Nathan Kemp with Kemp Insurance. Contact us today for all your auto, home, farm, business, and life insurance needs. We're proud to have been your local hometown agents for over 35 years and look forward to helping you see the difference local agents can make for you. Kemp Insurance in New Philadelphia.
We're back here at Tuscarora Park in the top of the 4th inning. Dover leading 1-0. We're going to give a shout out to one of our sponsors. I've seen these guys everywhere in Dover for about the last 3 months. It's Omni Fiber. And Omni Fiber is excited to be a part of the Dover community and offer a new choice in internet service. Enjoy the speed and reliability of their new 100% fiber network and Ohio-based sales and customer service. Sign up today and get 3 months of Omni Fiber internet free. Visit omnifiber.com/WJER to learn more. Stepping in the box for Dover, the junior Cade McGarry. He's going to face Gavin Blake. McGarry had a hit his first time up. He's going to see if he can duplicate that. Sees a fastball, buzzes him inside for strike 1. Blake's going to get his sign from Noah Bull, and he steps off. Wants to reset, go through his signs again. He likes the signal he's been given. He's going to come to the plate. Curveball inside. McGarry muscles that. It's kind of a short fly ball in the gap and almost caught by the Quakers, but dropped in left field, and Cade McGarry is aboard. Coach Fonders, he's going to want to talk to Jonah Marks, who's coming up to bat. Make sure he's on the same page.
Number 13.
So McGarry at first. Marks coming to the plate. No outs here in the top of the 4th inning. Signs are given to the hitter and the base runner. Squares to bunt, pulls back, ball 1, and McGarry slides safely back into first base with the fake throw by Noah Bolin. Marks awaits the pitch. He squares, pulls back. Ball's called. McGarry hustles back and slides in safely to first base. 2-0 count for Marks. Top of the 4th, Dover leading 1-0. No outs. Jonah Marks is going to try to make some magic. He squares, fouls it off. So that's going to be strike one on Marks. Beautiful night here at Tuscarora Park. Not too hot, not too cold. Coach is bundled up like he's on the banks of the Alaskan River, but that's okay.
Well, I'll have my coat on before this game's over, too.
Marks sets a great bunt down the first baseline. Great sacrifice. Moves McGarry to second base. It's early enough in the spring that the grass is starting to grow. It's getting thick, and this infield grass at Tuscarora Park is stopping the ball like it's got Velcro on it. So Mark's great bunt. McGarry at second base might have a pitch running situation here as the sophomore Nathan Leggett comes up to bat, and that is going to be the case. So running for McGarry is going to be number 2, Ben Tolhurst, a junior. Coach Fonder's thinking that if we can get something into the outfield, we can score Tolhurst from second base. We'll see if Nathan Leggett, the sophomore second baseman, can make that happen. Blake from the stretch.
Number 14, Nathan Leggett.
Just comes to the plate. That's a pitch. Just missed outside. Now, as I sit here as an announcer, I can't say anything about the umpires because my dad might be listening. My dad, a longtime umpire, I heard him call everything but my dad through that chain link fence. Blake wheels and throws to second base for a pickoff. Got him! Tolhurst picked off second base by a quick spin move by Gavin Blake. And Coach Fonder's not a happy camper. Not with the call, but more with his base runner.
No, yeah, that's just something that you can't. To me, that's a cardinal sin in baseball is, to get picked off.
Leggett's going to pop up to the shortstop for out number 3 here in the top of the 4th inning. We still have a score of 1 for Dover and 0 for the Quakes. And when we come back, we'll get to the bottom half of the 4th inning. For WJER Sports, I'm Jason Hall.
Pets Place in New Philadelphia is your locally owned leader in pet supply and wellness. Pets Place has products for pets from fish to ferrets, from bunnies to birds, even reptiles, and of course, everything you need for cats and dogs. Stop by and talk to one of their knowledgeable team members about the frequent buyer program. Pets Place, 118 Commercial Avenue Southwest in New Philadelphia. Open Monday through Friday 9 to 8 and Saturday and Sunday 9 to 6. You can also visit at petsplaceohio.com or on Facebook.
Subway's upping their game with the All-Star Subway Series menu.
Like number 3, the Monster, piled high with juicy steak and crispy bacon.
And number 9, the Champ, with rotisserie-styled chicken and double Monterey cheddar.
And you gotta try number 6, the Boss, with pepperoni and meatballs smothered in rich marinara sauce and topped with fresh mozzarella.
And that's just 3 of them.
It's the Subway Series menu, Subway's tastiest menu upgrade yet.
And we're back here at Tuscarora Park for the 103rd meeting between Dover and New Philadelphia in this baseball contest. Dover leading 1-0. Heading into the bottom of the 4th inning. Hey, let's give a shout out to one of our sponsors, Pets Place. Your locally owned leader in pet supply and wellness. They have products for pets from fish to ferrets, from bunnies to birds, and even reptiles. And, of course, everything you need for dogs and cats. Visit them at 118 Commercial Avenue Southwest on the south side of New Philadelphia. Well, I can tell you I don't have a fish, a ferret, a bunny. Well, I do have a bunny. I don't have a bird or a reptile. But I got a 112-pound bloodhound, and she likes every kind of dog food you can probably buy at Pets Place. But thank you to them for sponsoring. And for the Quakers, coming up to bat's Carson Long, and he's going to try to get some spark into this Quaker lineup to try to get a run on the board. Colin Bruno, still the sophomore pitcher in for Dover. He's pitched well so far, holding the Quakers at bay. His first pitch, outside, in the dirt for ball 1. And as I sit here and I see Colin Bruno as a sophomore coach, I just, reminisce about my kids playing, and This is not only a tough place to play, but it's a tough environment in your rivalry. You usually always have a big crowd in here, and see how he handles the jitters of this.
He's handled it pretty well so far. I know that.
Yep.
He really has. He's thrown a lot of strikes. As I look through here, he hasn't walked a batter. Anytime you go through a game, to me, and you walk one batter or less, you've done your job as a pitcher. And because what you're doing is you're making teams manufacture their own runs by getting hits. And that's top that off with playing good defense, the same thing.
And Long grounds the ball to sure-handed second baseman Nathan Leggett for out number 1. Bruno's still throwing strikes, keeping it down in the zone.
I have him right now. I have him right now for 34 pitches through 3 innings, which is right around 10 pitches every inning, and that's pretty good. 32, about 11 pitches.
Yep.
That's pretty doggone good.
Max Steele, I should say, up to bat for the Quakers. He swings at a curveball down low in the dirt, gets himself behind 0-1. Speedy kid here. Wouldn't be surprised if Coach Weitzel maybe uses some of that speed. Play a little small ball. Pitch to the plate. Another curveball slapped towards left field, and that ball is going to drop in front of James Leggett for a steal for Mac Steele. So the Quakers got a runner aboard. That's going to bring Gavin Blake to the plate.
Your little Texas leaguer dropped right in front of the left fielder, and the thing about it is, Jason, that'll look like a line drive in the book tomorrow.
That book says it was scorched to left field.
You betcha. You betcha. Sometimes the old saying goes in baseball, you kind of rather be lucky than good, but a little bit of both really, really helps.
Gavin Blake awaiting the first pitch from Bruno. Throw back to first, try to pick off Steele, and he's safe. Coach Weitzel trying to communicate out there with his players, and that's what the folks at Smartway do. At Smartway Communications, if you're tired of unexpected bill increases or non-existent rural internet coverage, there's a better way. Smartway, high-speed internet at an affordable price, and Smartway can go where the other companies can't. Visit thinksmartway.com. And Bruno, I think he knows that Max Steele's got some wheels over there, so he's thrown over there a couple times tonight just to try to keep him at bay.
I'd be surprised if Coach Weitzel doesn't try to get Steele into scoring position for Blake.
And he's off and running. Pitch is thrown. Marks kind of double clutches. Ball's late and low. And on cue, Max Steele steals second base. So the Quakers got a runner in scoring position with Gavin Blake at the plate with a 1-ball, no-strike count. Bruno from the stretch. He's going to check his runner. Comes to the plate. Curveball just missed outside. That's going to be ball 2 for Gavin Blake. Quick moving game tonight. Not a lot of hits. Not a lot of pitches.
No, been a pretty clean game by both pitchers, by both defenses so far.
Bruno again checking Steele a second. Comes to the plate. And Blake's going to foul that off. Oh! Tornado fan tried to barehand that and falls to his knees in disgust as the ball falls to the turf. He's going to flip it to assistant coach Kevin Keffer. And Bruno is going to try to deal again to Gavin Blake. One nothing here. Bottom of the fourth inning. Time is called. Batter steps out. Pitcher steps off. Everybody's going to reset with a 2-1 count here on Blake. Bruno deals. Pitch comes to the plate. Missed again outside. That's going to push the count to 3-1. Nice crowd here at Tuscarora Park tonight. Both schools represented pretty evenly. Stands are full. Some people standing in and around us. Bruno to the plate. And that ball is sky high into the infield. Here comes McGarry. And he's got a catch. Oh, Quaker Nation is a little upset because McGarry caught the ball. On the separation, home plate umpire says that he had it long enough. When he went to separate, he dropped the ball out of his glove. Coach Weitzel is sent back to the third base box. But we've got 2 outs. Home plate umpire is sticking with his call. So we've got 1 out, actually 2 outs. Here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Dover still leading 1-0. And up comes the skyscraper, Maddox Brown. See if he can score Max Steele from second base.
I'm going to be honest. I started writing because I figured it was in his glove, so I didn't see what happened.
It was close. Bruno to the plate. Brown sees ball 1. So actually the ball was caught. And quickly he went to get it out of his glove to possibly throw it if Max Steele would have attempted to advance and drop the ball on the ground. So some people were thinking it wasn't long enough. Some people think it was. Umpire says it was. Bruno to the plate. Curveball. Strike 1.
I very seldom have ever seen any umpires change their calls, and I've been watching baseball for about 50-some years now, so that's not ever going to happen.
Yep. 1-1 count. Bruno to the plate. Inside. Dead ball. Hits Maddox Brown. So the Quakers got 2 aboard. 2 outs in the bottom of the 4th. They're trailing 1-0. Stepping in the box is the spark plug and the catcher, Noah Bolin.
I suppose right now, Coach Weisel, this is the guy that he wants up the most. That's out here playing tonight for the Quakers. He's been a clutch hitter all year for him, and Coach Weisel, I'm saying, hey, he's telling him he's got to get a good pitch and you got to put a good swing on it.
Get something you can hit hard somewhere. And he gets that pitch down the middle. His back hit up the middle. Here comes Max Steele to the plate. He's going to score. Maddox Brown is going to advance to third. And Bolin with the heads-up play, he's advancing to second base. So we are all tied here at Tuscarora Park. 1-1 with 2 outs in the bottom of the 4th inning. 2 Quakers in scoring position, and that's going to bring in the box Keaton Fossil. And we're going to have a talk at the mound. Senior Benham, probably the leader of this team. Very experienced kid, very good leader for the football, basketball, and baseball team. He's going to try to calm down Colin Bruno and say, hey, just throw your pitch here, use your defense, get this third out, and get us back in there.
Yeah, good piece of hitting by Bolin. He jumped on the first fastball and drove it right back up the middle, which is what you're taught to do, and was able to score Max Steele with the tying run. And basically what it did was it allowed Maddox Brown to go to third base, and by throwing through it also allowed Bolin to go from first to second. So the Quakers got 2 runners sitting out in scoring position for Brant Wells, and this is a senior here, so let's see if a senior can deliver for the Quakers at this at-bat.
So if you're at home watching, you probably saw that Dover intentionally walked Fossil, which puts Brant Wells in the box with 2 outs and bases loaded. Pitch comes to the plate. Curveball, strike one called. Bruno, calm and collected out there. Gets his sign from Jonah Marks. Pitch to the plate. Fastball down in the zone for a ball and evens the count at 1-1.
Obviously the intentional walk is to set up a force at any base. Smart baseball move.
Wells gets a fastball, swings and misses, which puts him behind in the count 1-2. One and two the count. Bruno's getting his sign from Marks. He's in the windup. Bases loaded. Comes to the plate with a pitch down in the zone, hit late and foul. Wells stays in it. Runners reset. Batter resets. Did a good job there of fighting that pitch off to keep his at bat alive. Bruno with the sign. Winds and delivers. Inside. Tried to buzz him on the inside corner. A little bit too far inside. Called a ball. We're at 2-2.
I'm sorry,
go ahead.
Jason.
No, you're good.
This is a pitch right here that Bruno wants to get over and get this guy out because you don't want to go to a full count here in this inning.
Pitch comes in and it's low. Gets away a little bit from Jonah Marks. Does a good job of blocking. And just as you mentioned, what he didn't want to happen has happened. He's at a full count with 2 outs and the bases loaded full of Quakers.
Sometimes you wonder, is it the pitcher's advantage or the hitter's advantage? Because the pitcher has to come, but then again, do you not want to give in and throw one maybe a little bit off the plate and make him?
Runners were advancing on the pitch with a full count and 2 outs. Ball's fouled back by Wells. And hey, let's give a shout out to another sponsor. How about Subway? Our local Subway restaurants are proud to recognize excellence in each contest we air on WJER Radio with the Subway Player Game Award. At the conclusion of today's game, we'll name our Subway Player of the Game, and that athlete will enjoy a great meal from our local Subway restaurant. Subway, eat fresh. And with that pitch, it's ball 4. So Maddox Brown's going to score, which gives Quakers the lead 2-1. Wells to first. And the Quakers have extended this and have taken the lead 2-1. Stepping in is number 10, Kane Oddie. And he's going to see if he can get the Quakers an even bigger lead. First pitch in, strike down the middle, fouled off the mask of Noah Marks. First strike 1. Dover assistant coach Doug Bircher up and around the fence to get that foul ball. Tosses it back in, and we're ready for the next pitch. Bruno showing composure on the outside, I think. I don't think he's shown much emotion out there so far. He's going to come to the plate. Big curveball. Strike 1, strike 2, actually, is called on that pitch. 0-2 count, 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th. New Philly leading 2-1. Bruno gets his sign, comes to the plate. Fastball, hit to right field. Routine fly ball, and Edwards is going to make the catch to end the 4th inning as New Philadelphia strikes back as they lead 2-1. When we come back, we'll give you more action. This is WJER Sports.
This is Jim Moser with Dover Philly Heating and Cooling. We are living in unusual times and virtually all businesses are affected by product shortages and shipping delays. With this in mind, I'd like to encourage you to keep your current HVAC system in good working order. Service is our first order of business, and we want to be your first call anytime you need help with your heating and cooling system, even if it's in the middle of the night.
To schedule a maintenance check of your HVAC system, call Dover Philly Heating and Cooling, your local trained comfort specialist at 330-343-5511.
Hello, Dover. Omni Fiber is excited to be a part of your community and offer a new choice in internet service. For a limited time, when you sign up for Omni Fiber, you will get 3 months free internet. That's right, 3 months free. Enjoy the speed and reliability of our new 100% fiber network with upload speeds up to 50 times faster than cable, Ohio-based sales and customer service, and speeds up to 2 gig. Sign up today and get 3 months of Omni Fiber internet on us. Visit omnifiber.com/WJER to learn more.
We're back here at Tuscarora Park. After 4 innings of play, New Philadelphia leads Dover by a score of 2-1. Caden Shire will be the batter in the box. But when he's in the box, we're going to talk about T County Boxing Academy, thanks to our pregame and postgame sponsor, the T County Boxing Academy. They're the area's #1 training center for those who are serious about boxing. They offer a variety of classes for youth and adults, along with supplements for the best workouts possible. The T County Boxing Academy is located on East High Avenue in New Philly, and you can follow them on Facebook. Caden Shy in the box for Dover. He sees a pitch inside. Ball 1 called. Ball 2, scoreboard's behind. Wow.
Well, but no, that's Caden Shy had the Tornadoes' only RBI here so far in this game. And, as a pitcher, and this as a pitcher, whenever your team scores a couple of runs, they either tie it or go ahead. The big, to me, this is the big guy right here that you got to get. Yep. You don't want to put somebody else on base and give them an opportunity to tie the baseball game. So, 3-1 count.
To the plate. Check swing. Called a ball. Actually fouled it off. 3-2. And, yeah, like you mentioned, Gavin Blake, he's got the big momentum swung to his side of the field, and he's going to try to shut down the Tornadoes instantly. Full count on Shy. Pitch comes to the plate, buzzes him inside, and Shy's going to get walked in advance to first base. Again, another speedy Tornado standing on first base. And that brings another one to the plate with James Leggett. So the biggest thing on Coach Fauners' mind right now is to get Shy to second base in scoring position and let the big boppers coming up to try to score him. And with that, Blake throws over to first to try to pick off Caden Shy. He's safe. Blake to the plate. Leggett squares to bunt. Called a strike. As you try to bunt, you want to bunt a good pitch. So I don't think Leggett liked that one. This one he does, and he's going to lay it down. A beauty. Kind of in reach. Great play by Blake to field and shuffle that ball with his gloved hand to get the speedy Leggett out at first base. But sacrifice is accomplished. Caden Shy stands at second with 1 out here in the top of the 5th.
That was outstanding play by Gavin Blake, being able to field it. And then flip it with his glove. He didn't have time to change it over to his throwing hand and was able to flip it. That was a really, really good play.
Ethan Kelliker at the plate. Big curveball by Blake, and it just misses high for ball 1 to Kelliker. Kelliker, not a real big kid, but he hits for power, and that's what the Tornadoes need right here. Pitch comes in outside, and it's on the ground and in front of the catcher, and Shy's going to advance to third base. Good read there by Caden Shy to see that catcher Nolan Bolin kind of lost sight on that pitch.
And what he did obviously would be considered a wild pitch in the dirt, and Bolin did a good job of blocking the ball, but it scooted away from him. Good heads-up base running.
Pitch comes in. Must have been a little bit low for a ball. Kelliker turns on an inside fastball. That's going to be foul.
That's one old school rule right there that obviously Coach Fondris didn't adhere to on that, to allow him to swing on a 3-0 count.
Right.
Now just about everybody anymore has the green light on a 3-0 count.
So the count's 3-1. The scoreboard says 2-2. Umpires are conferring with both benches and both umpires, and Kelly gets a fastball, and that's on the outside corner for ball 4. Tornadoes on the corners, and that's going to bring the hot bat of Hunter Edwards up to the plate, batting .486 on the season. Looking for a pitch here he can hit hard somewhere. He's done a good job all year of doing that, and this is a good opportunity for him. But with that, he needs to be electric, and we're going to talk about Wood Electric. They've been trusted with all of your electrical needs for over 30 years. They're available 24 hours a day and ready to help with any electric problem, outage, or installation for industrial, commercial, or residential work. You can find them online at woodelectric.net. Coach Tyler Weitzel out to the mound to talk to his pitcher, Gavin Blake. With one out, a 2-1 lead. Tornadoes on the corners here with Shy at third base and Kelliker at first.
What they want to do is they want to talk over their strategy to see what happens if the runner from first starts and stops and tries to get in or run down, to allow the runner from third base to score that tying run. And so they're going over all of the scenarios that they need to have so that everybody's all on the same page.
Yeah, what you don't want here is miscommunication and a run scored and a guy advanced to second base without the ball being put in play. Pickoff throw to first. Sliding in safely is Kelliker. Hunter Edwards, the batter for Dover. Gavin Blake still the pitcher for New Philly. One out, top of the 5th. Pitch to the plate. Just missed high and outside. Another pitch outside and in the dirt. 2-0 the count on Edwards.
Good stop by Noah Boland on that for a curveball in the dirt.
Yep, great stop. Edwards awaits the pitch. Down low, good block again by Boland. He takes a couple more of those. He's going to have to see one of our sponsors, and that's Cleveland Clinic Union Hospital. Whether it's sniffles and sneezes or something more serious, world-class care is near you. Find your nearest provider at clevelandclinic.org. Boland just checking in with Blake, making sure they're on the same page, kind of calming him down here again. Dover's got runners on first and third, one out, top of the 5th. New Philly leading 2-1. Blake with the pitch to Edwards. Fastball, outside corner, strike one, call. Three-one count, hitter's count as they call it. Pitcher's going to have to bring you something good, says he doesn't want to walk the bases loaded, and Edwards is ready, and just then Blake throws over to first to try to get Kelliker. He's safe. Edwards awaits the pitch. Fastball down the middle, and he turns on that one. Great job by that left fielder, not only to turn his hips and make the play, records the out, but Edwards scores shy from third base on the tag up, and we're all tied up here at 2 apiece. Senior Ben Ham, he's going to step in the box for Coach Fondris' Crimson Tornadoes. Kelliker still on first. Ham gets a big 12-6 deuce from Blake, and that's called strike one. 2 outs. Ben Ham at the plate. Gets the pitch. Kelliker stealing curveball. Kelliker safe, stealing second. Got a 1-1 count on him. That last curveball must have just missed. That looked pretty good from up here. Blake gets a sign. He delivers to the plate to him. Fastball. Must have just missed outside. One-two count on him. Blake to the plate. Curveball down the middle. Strike 3 and rung him up. And we're through 5 innings of played. And it is tied. Dover 2, New Philadelphia 2. And we'll be back shortly to Tuscarora Park. This is Jason Hall and Phil Tidrick with WJER Sports.
Family owned and operated for more than 50 years, Dover Brake specializes in sales and service of everything involving automotive and heavy-duty brakes, along with a vast selection of truck parts and accessories. They also offer alignment, custom U-bolt bending, industrial sandblasting, bonding, and more. And now, you can find the parts you're searching for with a complete in-store inventory updated regularly at DoverBrakeInc.com. Safely shop and pay online and have your purchase delivered, or pick it up at Dover Brake, Route 250 in Strasburg, online at DoverBrakeInc.com.
Welcome back to Tuscarora Park for the 103rd baseball meeting of Dover and New Philadelphia. We're through 5 innings of play. Scores tied 2-2. And a good opportunity to give thanks to one of our sponsors, Geib Funeral Homes. The Geib family and staff wish all of our area's spring sport athletes the best of luck this season. When it matters most, you can put your trust in Geib Funeral Homes, crematories, remembrance centers, and pet crematory, serving Tuscarawas County families for 5 generations. So out on the mound for Dover is still sophomore Colin Bruno. He's basically pitched himself back into a 0-0 game. It's 2-2, but all square, and he's going to see if he can get out senior Caden Stewart, who's going to lead off here in the bottom of the 5th inning for the Quakes.
What the Quakers are doing, obviously, is looking to get a guy on base so they can try to move him down, move him over, get him in.
Center fielder, number 7, Caden Stewart.
Caden Stewart in the box, Colin Bruno on the mound. First pitch, fastball down in the zone. Bruno loves to live around the bottom of that strike zone. And when he misses, 99% of the time, he's below the strike zone. He doesn't make his mistake high where someone's going to drive that baseball. Pitch to the plate, and Stewart's going to foul that one off. Out of play. Well, when we first got here tonight, folks, it was about 60 degrees and sunny, but Mother Nature's reminding us that we are still in April, and the shadows are creeping in on Tuscarora Park, and it's getting chilly. Pitch by Bruno, that's fouled off for strike 2 to Caden Stewart. He's got a 1-2 count. No outs here. Bottom of the 5th inning. Score tied 2-2. Been a clean game so far. Both pitchers have pitched well. And both teams taking care of the opportunities they were given to score their 2 runs. Bruno checks his sign from Jonah Marks. Delivers to the plate. Fastball outside. That misses. 2-2 count. Bruno to the plate. Fastball down the middle. That's going to be grounded to him, and it takes a holiday hop up and over his glove. Caden Stewart is aboard for the Quakers. And that's the biggest difference I see. A lot of the high schools are now putting in artificial turf surfaces, whether it's the whole field or just the infield. It takes that play out of the game, the natural.
3, right fielder Carson Long.
kind of hit hard and hit that lip and up and over Ben Ham, and Caden Stewart's aboard.
Played there for a long time, and they didn't have to have that grass there to have it take a bad bounce over your head.
All it took was a pea-sized rock or something in that nature, and that ball will do some funny hops. Bruno from the stretch. He's got eyes on Stewart at first. Batter squares the bunt. Throw from Marks is high and a little bit late to second. Stewart safely at second base. Batting for the Quakers is the leadoff. Carson Long, he's the right fielder today. So now he's got his runner to second base. Now his job with an 0-1 count is to put it in play, either to advance him to third or to score him from second base. Bruno to the plate, the long fastball outside for a ball. That's going to even the count at 1-1.
Good possibility that Coach Weissel could still try to move him over with a sac bunt as well. Make the first baseman, or you could make the third baseman field the ball, which makes it a much tougher play.
Bruno to the plate. We'll see what Long decides to do here from his side and from Weitzel. Doesn't square the bunt, takes looks like a curveball high, moves the count to 2-1. Yeah, with the guy on second base, your shortstop and second baseman are kind of going back and forth trying to hold him. Your third baseman, he's got to be able to make a play, or they just tell the pitcher you got everything on the third base side. So we'll see what they do here. Pitch to the plate, fastball down the middle, and that's driven up the middle. Shy's going to make the catch for out number one. Makes a quick throw into second to try to get Stewart. Unsuccessful. But one out here, bottom five, score tied 2-2. And that's going to bring Max Steele to the plate.
Quaker left fielder, number 14.
One of those
Steele.
southern slappy lefties that just like to stick the barrel of their bat out and hit the ball down the third base line and try to see what happens. Bruno gets his sign. He's in the stretch. He's got one eye on Stewart and one eye on Steele. Batter calls time. He steps out. Pitcher steps off. Everybody resets. Sign from Marks out to Bruno, and he's going to come to the plate with a curveball, and that ball is popped up sky high. Ham's got a play, calls off everybody, makes the catch just beyond third base for out number two here in the bottom of the fifth.
Well, I know if I'm Coach Fondrius, I know what I'm doing here. I'm putting him on first base.
Yep.
Pitcher Gavin Blake.
So Gavin Blake's the batter. Coach Fondrius.
And maybe it's an intentional walk, too.
Yeah, that could be, too.
Try to hit the corners. If you can't hit the corners, put him on.
Here comes Coach Fondrius out from behind the fence. He's going to have a meeting with his team out on the field. That gives us an opportunity to thank another one of our sponsors, and that's the Keim Home Center. Keim is located on 50 acres in the rolling hills of Holmes County and is a destination and trusted source for your home, building, and woodworking needs. They are dedicated to caring for your project like they would care for their own. Visit them on State Route 557 in the metropolis of Charm, Ohio, or online at keimlumber.com. Coach Fondrius, kind of like Coach Weitzel earlier in the game, just going out, making sure everybody's on the same page. Got a tie ball game, 2-2 in the bottom of the fifth with two outs. And Gavin Blake to the plate with Caden Stewart standing in scoring position on second base. Coach Fondrius, very even keel kind of coach, but it doesn't take much unfundamentally to get him excited.
Oh no, I've seen that. I've seen that side of him for sure.
Bruno to the plate, curveball outside for ball one. Gavin Blake, the pitcher tonight, now trying to put his team ahead. Bruno to the plate. Fastball, that's popped up. That's going to be foul for strike one. We got fans scattering as it drops into the bleachers here at Tuscarora Park. Counts even, 1-1. 2 outs, bottom of the fifth. Score tied, 2-2. Sophomore Colin Bruno pitching really well so far for Dover. His battery mate, Blake at the plate, watches a called curveball, strike two. As this game goes along, the crowd's getting a little bit more vocal as they await this pitch. All right, we've got time. So the umpire has stopped the game, and I'll tell you, folks, if you couldn't hear it online, you can wait for my explanation. We have a fan in the crowd with a megaphone, one of those electronic, like bull that you talk into, and he's talking during the game, and the umpire said, no, we're not going to do that. And he eliminates that problem right off the bat with the help of Coach Weitzel. And we're going to resume play here with a 1-2 count on Blake and 2 outs here in the bottom of the fifth.
I must be really concentrating on the game because I didn't even hear it.
Bruno gets his sign, checks his runner. He comes to the plate, curveball, and that's going to be popped up. That might be in my lap, and it just missed us. Just missed us.
Hey, I'm okay. We got a little bit of a canopy over our head, but I don't trust these things to stop a baseball.
No. It's nice that sports director Willie Grove put it up, but he could have put a heater in here for us too. Bruno gets his sign, checks his runner, comes to the plate. Fastball, and that thing is hit down the right field line. Foul territory. McGarry and Edwards give chase, but that ball is going to become a souvenir for the batting cages here at Tuscarora Park.
Soon to be gone.
Soon to be gone.
Yeah, at some point in time here, I would assume within the next 6 months, those things are going to get tore down.
All right. Well, the count remains 1-2. 2 outs, bottom of the fifth. Caden Stewart stands on second base for the Quakers. Gavin Blake at the plate. Bruno deals, curveball outside, misses, trying to get him to chase. Evens the count at 2-2. Bruno comes set. Throws a fastball to the plate, and that's a ground ball hit to short. Throw comes up, made, out is the call. And we're still square through 5 innings of play. Dover 2, New Philly 2. And we'll be back to Tuscarora Park soon as you hear a word from our sponsors. This is WJER Sports.
Wood Electric has been trusted with all of your electrical needs for over 30 years. They're the place to call for industrial, commercial, and residential work. Wood Electric is available 24 hours a day and ready to help with any electrical problem, outage, or installation. Wood Electric, serving Tuscarawas County and beyond since 1988. Like Wood Electric on Facebook or find them online at woodelectric.net.
Wendy's new French toast sticks are so delicious, some are saying that they're better than their mom's breakfast.
Excuse me. Did you just say Wendy's new French toast sticks are better than my breakfast?
Mom, is that you?
Answer the question.
I said some people are saying that because they're so crispy on the outside and fluffy on the inside and perfect in every way.
Uh-huh. And what do you think?
I think it's time to tell people to choose wisely. Choose Wendy's new sweet and crispy home-style French toast sticks.
That's still not an answer.
At participating U.S. Wendy's during breakfast hours.
Welcome back, baseball fans, to Tuscarora Park. We're through 5 innings of play. New Philadelphia 2, Dover 2. Been a clean game. Been a pitcher's duel, actually, most of the game. A couple opportunities for each team to capitalize on that and score their runs, but It's 2-2. Might as well be 0-0 with Dover coming to bat in the top half of the 6th.
They've got Gruhl, McGarry, and Marks coming up here at the top of this order. And we'll see how long. As I'm going into the 6th inning, Gavin Blake has thrown 66 pitches, and his counterpart Bruno has thrown 70.
Well, Blake's going to deal to Gruhl, and he throws a big sweeping curveball. Misses high for ball 1 to Mason Gruhl. Blake wheels and deals. Fastball buzzes him inside. Missed inside. Ball 2. Gruhl waits the pitch. Fastball, that's coming right down Main Street for strike 1. 2-1's the count. Tornadoes, of course, coached by veteran coach Jeff Fonders and veteran assistant coach Doug Bircher. That pitch is high and outside, but swung on Gruhl. Great play by the third baseman, but drops it in the exchange. And that's going to put Mason Gruhl on board at first base. Only to bring Cade McGarry to bat. He's batting .394 on the year. Younger brother of Dover catcher and last year's graduate Connor McGarry.
Dover first baseman, number 8, Cade McGarry.
McGarry's been hitting the ball well about the last 3, 4, 5 games. That's the biggest adjustment a lot of these high school kids have to make is when you get to high school, it doesn't matter how good of a hitter you are. If there's a guy on first base and no outs, you better know how to bunt. And McGarry tries to do that and fouls it off high for strike 1.
It's kind of a lost art, really. Yeah. If you think about it, Jason, you know, I've watched so many games over the years, and it's kind of a lost art, you know, where people don't know how to get the ball down and move people fundamentally.
And some of it, too, I think, is that they watch so much of the show on TV, and it's a pride and ego thing. Nobody wants to bunt. And that pitch is squared on high. I guess it was foul tip for strike 2, but hits the umpire in the foot. So common courtesy for Noah Bolin. He's going to go out and talk to his pitcher a little bit while the umpire tries to regain feeling in his big toe.
I'm going to be honest. I didn't think he fouled. I didn't think he foul tipped the ball. I thought it went off the knee of the umpire. Now he's got shin guards on. I get that, but still, you know, no matter whether you got a shin guard on or not, you still get hit right there, right there on the edge of the shin guard. It might have got a little bit of meat,
especially on a 40-degree night here at Tuscarora Park. Ball's put back in play. McGarry awaits the pitch from Blake. Fastball outside for a ball. The plate umpire still shaking his foot, trying to regain feeling in his toes. Gruhl, the base runner on first. He's got a comfortable lead. Blake's going to check on him. Comes to the plate. Fastball. McGarry fouls that away. McGarry, he's going to get his signs from Jeff Fonders down at third base. At the same time, giving those signs to Mason Gruhl at first base. Pitch comes in, outside in the dirt. Great stop by Noah Bolin to keep Mason Gruhl at first base. Top of the 6th, no outs. Score tied, 2-2. Blake gets his sign. Checks his runner. Complete fastball down the middle, and that's going to be fouled back out of play. I think the fans are getting smarter. They're not going to try to catch that rock on a 40-degree night here at Tuscarora Park. Blake comes set again to the plate. Curveball. Apparently missed high. That's going to drive the count to 3-2. Full count. Pitch thrown or ball thrown over to first. Try to pick off Gruel. He slides back safely. Fans are getting cold and they're getting rowdy.
And that's one of the reasons why we have a shortage of umpires out there, too.
And that pitch from Blake is low and in the dirt for ball 4 to McGarry. So the Tornadoes got 2 aboard. Gruel at second, McGarry at first. And that's going to bring Jonah Marks to the plate. But before he steps in, Coach Weitzel's going to go out on the mound and talk to his pitcher. And that gives us an opportunity to thank one of our sponsors, Omni Fiber. And Omni Fiber is excited to be a part of the Dover community and offer a new choice in internet service. Enjoy the speed and reliability of their new 100% fiber network and Ohio-based sales and customer service. Sign up today and get 3 months of Omni Fiber internet free. Visit omnifiber.com/WJER to learn more. And while Coach Weitzel is taking a little longer than expected, we're going to thank another one. Why not? Let's thank Pets Place, as they're your locally owned and leader in pet supply and wellness. They have products for pets from fish to ferrets, from bunnies to birds and even reptiles. And, of course, everything you need for dogs and cats. Visit them at 118 Commercial Avenue Southwest on the south side of New Philly. And we're going to make a pitching change here for the Quakers. That appears to be Brant Wells. Am I correct?
That is correct. That is correct.
So he's going to come in the place of Gavin Blake here with 2 Tornadoes on base and no outs. And while we're at it, Coach, you know, we got to pay the bills. So let's thank Smartway Communications for being one of our sponsors. And if you're tired of unexpected bill increases or non-existent rural internet coverage, there is a better way, Smartway. High-speed internet at an affordable price, and Smartway can go where other companies can't. Visit thinksmartway.com. Now, Coach, you've been around a lot of baseball. I've seen you play a lot. Don't know if I've ever seen you pitch, but Brant Wells kind of put in a tough situation here with 2 runners on and no outs.
You know, he is. And that's one of the things where chances are he's going to come into Jonah Marks. He already has 2 sack bunts so far in this game, so chances are he's going to try for number 3. And I watched Brant come in, and he pitched against Steubenville, the game we did on the air, and he pitched a whale of a game. And so, you know, that's what Coach Weiss was looking for him to come in. Blake went to third base because he knows that's what he's going to lay it down. So I'm sure they have that all worked out.
We'll see what he does. Pitch comes in, low fastball in the dirt, and heads up play by Gruel and McGarry. They're going to advance to second and third respectively. Wells upset with himself on that pitch. Ball 1 to Jonah Marks, who's up to bat for Dover. And now he's just looking to find a gap.
Well, they've still got the infield, the middle infielder's still back. The corners are up. So kind of surprising that, okay, there your infielders are in now. They got to cut. To me, they got to cut down the run at the plate, and 2 guys on second and third.
So here comes the pitch from Wells. That's a fastball outside for ball 2. So as a pitcher coming into this, you want to live low. You don't want to give up a base clearing hit, I should say. But, he's trying to find the bottom and stay there. Wells comes to the plate. That's a fastball fouled off by Marks for strike 1. Assistant coach Chris Willoughby picks up that foul ball. He'll deliver it back to the umpire, probably on his way out to coach first base in the bottom half of this inning. Wells comes set. The delivery, fastball, and that ball is driven to center field. It's going to be caught, but it's deep enough to score. Mason Gruel to second base. Tried to get a quick pick at second base on McGarry, and he's safe. But through all that, Dover scores the go-ahead run to go up 3-2 in the top half of the 6th with 1 out. which is going to bring the sophomore second baseman for Dover, Nathan Leggett, up to bat. Leggett on the year, batting 192, did have a hit earlier in the game. He's going to look to extend that streak. Here comes his pitch. Curveball froze him. Strike one. I got people texting me, Coach, saying it can't be that cold out there because it says on the internet it's sunny and 65. Well, I beg to differ. And there's strike two.
Well, they can do that if they want to bring us jackets, so that would be okay.
We would welcome the warmth. 0-2 on Leggett. Here comes Wells. Fastball outside.
All I know is the older I get, the worse I hate cold weather.
And just being cold in general.
And it's really not cold. It's a pleasant night to play baseball. It really is.
Leggett calls time. Waited a little longer than his comfort zone in the batter's box. Steps back in. Wells is going to get his sign. He's going to come set. Here comes the pitch. Curveball down in the dirt. We got a 2-2 count. Wells is set. Comes to the plate. Fastball down in the zone. Full count. Quaker Nation not really happy with the last call on that pitch. And Nathan Leggett he's got a full count, and here comes his pitch. Curveball, sits back on it, popped up, shallow, and that's going to be caught in the outfield for out number 2. So 2 outs here, top of the 6th. Dover leads 3-2. Caden McGarry standing out on second base. Caden Shy waiting to step in the box for Dover. And he's going to want to give Dover a little bit more breathing room. He needs a base hit here to try to score McGarry. Pitch comes in. That's popped up shallow right field. Going to be a tough play and made. Great catch there by the second baseman, Braylon McBride, to end the inning. We're through the top half of the 6th. Dover leading 3-2. We'll be back shortly to Tuscarora Park. This is Jason Hall and Phil Tidrick for WJER Sports.
This is Jim Moser with Dover Philly Heating and Cooling. We are living in unusual times, and virtually all businesses are affected by product shortages and shipping delays. With this in mind, I'd like to encourage you to keep your current HVAC system in good working order. Service is our first order of business, and we want to be your first call anytime you need help with your heating and cooling system, even if it's in the middle of the night.
To schedule a maintenance check of your HVAC system, call Dover Philly Heating and Cooling, your local trained comfort specialist at 330-343-5511.
We're back here at Tuscarora Park. Dover leading New Philly by a score of 3-2, heading into the bottom of the 6th. Good opportunity again to thank one of our sponsors. Our local Subway restaurants are proud to recognize excellence in each athletic contest we air on WJER Radio with the Subway Player of the Game Award. At the conclusion of today's game, we'll name our Subway Player of the Game, and that athlete will enjoy a great meal from our local Subway restaurants. Subway, eat fresh. Proud to say that at lunchtime today I stopped at Subway. It's local Dover establishment there on North Worcester Avenue, and got lunch for my wife and I before heading back to work for the rest of the day. So always a good meal, always fresh, always very courteous employees there at Subway. So we thank them for their food and their sponsorship for tonight's contest. So bottom of the 6th, stepping in the box for the Quakers, the skyscraper, Maddox Brown. He's going to try to get his Quakers back into this. Still pitching for Dover is Colin Bruno. First pitch, curveball, and that is drilled foul down the third baseline for strike one. Beautiful day here, beautiful evening for baseball at Tuscarora Park. One of the few high school fields anymore that still has lights. So I'll be looking to turn those on maybe shortly. But here comes the second pitch, and that's a fastball fouled back. Hit a branch, knocked branches down into the crowd, but everybody's safe. Maybe covered with a little bit of pollen, but they're okay. Nonetheless, it's an 0-2 count on Maddox Brown. Bruno gets his sign, 0-2 on Brown. No outs here in the bottom of the sixth. Delivers a pitch, fastball. That's going to be fouled back. One fan attempts to catch that to save the people with him and hits a bleacher and caroms back into the trees here on the hill at Tuscarora Park. Count remains the same, 0-2. Bruno getting his sign from catcher Jonah Marks. He's going to wind up and deliver fastball or maybe a curve down in the dirt. Good stop for Jonah Marks. So the count goes to 1-2. Ball's put in play, hit to Ben Ham at third. Good scoop by McGarry at first. And Maddox Brown is retired. One out here, bottom of the sixth for the Quakers, trailing 3-2.
Quakers catcher number 8.
And Noah Boland's going to step in the box for the Quakers. Colin Bruno pitching a pretty good game here for the sophomore right-hander. His team leading by 1 run, 3-2. He's got one out in the bottom of the sixth, and his first pitch to Boland is a curveball, and that's hit to Ham sharply. Knocks it down. Going to take a miracle throw, but Noah Boland is aboard on first base. That's what Coach Weitzel wanted. Base runners. One out. And that's going to bring Keaton Fossil to the plate. And we'll see what Coach Weitzel wants to do.
Number 11, designated hitter Keaton Fossil.
Fossil, sophomore quarterback this past season, now sophomore DH. He awaits the pitch, but that pitch is going to be thrown over to first base to try to pick off Boland. Unsuccessful. Everybody's going to reset. Bruno from the stretch, checks his runner, gets his sign, pitch to the plate, outside, marks to throw. It's going to be close. Ball comes loose out of the glove of Nathan Leggett, so Boland is going to be safe at second base. I was waiting and waiting and waiting for the umpire to make a call. I couldn't see the ball on the ground from here.
No, it was hard. It was hard to see that. It was a good throw. Good jump by Boland. Was able to get in. I think if he would have held the ball, he would have been out myself. Yep. But you know, that's why how Coach Weisel plays. You know, he tries to move those guys up, get him in scoring position.
Bruno's pitch to Fossil is high for ball two. You got to be aggressive sometimes. You got to put pressure on the defense, get your guys in scoring position, and see if this sophomore can score it. Bruno to the plate. Fastball inside, 3-0. So now I'm sure Coach Fonders is thinking, how long do I leave him in? Or when do I go get him? 3-0's the count, one out, bottom of the sixth. Pitch over the plate, and that's going to be strike one to Keaton Fossil. the stretch. He's going to check his sign. He's going to check his runner. To the plate. Fastball, and that's turned on and hit foul. Almost into the confines of Quaker Stadium. Or I should politically correctly say Woody Hayes Quaker Stadium.
Oh, yeah, we all have to be politically correct these days.
But that moves the count to 3-2. 1 out. Bruno with the pitch. It's like an off-speed pitch that's got to come in to make that catch. And Edwards makes a valiant effort. But that ball is going to drop in, which is going to move Bolin to third base and Fossil to first with 1 out. So 1 out, bottom of the 6. Quakers on the corners. We've got Brant Wells, who's up to bat, is also in pitching for New Philly. He's going to step in and try to tie this ball game. Coach Fonders showing a lot of confidence and faith in his sophomore right-hander and Colin Bruno. Bruno comes set. Comes to pitch, fastball in. Wells squares to bunt. He scores. Bolin from third. Good sacrifice bunt from Brant Wells. And we're all tied again. 3-3. That bunt also moves Keaton Fossil to second base to get him in scoring position. And brings number 10 to the plate in Kane Oddie. 3-3 score, bottom of the 6th, 1 out.
Number 10, Kane Oddie.
Keaton Fossil on second. Caden Oddie in the box. Bruno with the pitch. Fastball, that's going to be hit fouled on the third base line. Strike 1. Oddie, another one of Coach Tyler Weitzel's youthful Quaker team this year. He's going to try to make a memory tonight in this 103rd rivalry contest. Pitch in from Bruno. That's a ball. Going to even the count at 1-1. Bruno still calm and collected. He's in the stretch. Comes set. Here's the pitch. Fastball. That's going to be hit just over the head of the third baseman, and that's going to score Fossil from second. And into second base goes Kane Oddie. Valiant effort by James Leggett out there in left field to make that diving catch, but just comes up a little bit short. And the Quakers are rolling.
Big hit at a big time for the sophomore.
Yeah.
You know, big hit, comes in, gets a double, and plates Keaton Fossil with a go-ahead run.
Yeah. So Quakers lead 4-3, bottom of the 6th, still 1 out. And Bruno's pitch, a curveball, is in there for strike 1 against Caden Stewart. Stewart awaits the pitch from Bruno. Oh, swings, actually hits him. And Caden Stewart is safe at first base, which advances Oddie to third. That pitch looked like Caden Stewart swung, and it hit him, but in the process of swinging went into fair play.
Kind of like Jose Ramirez does all the time, only he pulls the ball when it almost hits him. But, yeah, he kind of – that kind of surprised me. He swung at that because that would have definitely been a hits batsman had he not swung.
So Coach Fonders calls timeout. He's going to make a pitching change, which gives us another opportunity to thank one of our sponsors, and this sponsor is T-County Boxing Academy. They're the area's #1 training center for those who are serious about boxing. They offer a variety of classes for youth and adults, along with supplements for the best workouts possible. The T County Boxing Academy is located on East High Avenue in New Philadelphia. Follow them on Facebook. And it looks like in the pitch is going to be Mason Gruhl, sophomore pitcher who was playing shortstop. With him coming in, Bruno going out, that's going to put the DH Ethan Kelliker to the shortstop position. And while we're at it, let's thank another one of our sponsors. And these guys sponsor a lot in various sports, and that's Wood Electric. They've been trusted with all of your electric needs for over 30 years. They're available 24 hours a day and are ready to help with any electrical problem, outage, or installation for industrial, commercial, or residential work. Find them online at woodelectric.net. Call our friends Larry and Lisa Wood for all your electrical needs. So we're in the middle of a pitching change. Mason Gruhl's going to come in for the Tornadoes to pitch. Fine outing by Colin Bruno. He went 5 1/3 innings for Coach Jeff Fonderst. Dover trails 4-3, bottom of the 6th, 1 out. And the Quakers will have, I think, runners on the corner with Caden Stewart and Kane Audie, as they do. That's going to bring to bat number 3, the top of the order, Carson Long, to see if he can stretch this lead for the Quakers, coached by Tyler Weitzel. Looks like Gruhl's ready. Assistant coach Chris Willoughby heads back out to his coaching box at first base. Catcher Jonah Marks, he's going to give the signals to his fellow Tornado defenders with this 1st and 3rd situation. Carson Long, the batter. Mason Gruhl, the pitcher. He comes set, gets his sign. Fastball down the middle. That's popped straight up. See if it comes back. It's not. Lands just outside foul territory. For strike 1. Perfect situation would be a ground ball double play for Coach Jeff Fonderst and his Tornadoes. We'll see if Gruhl can make that happen. Pitch comes in, curveball away for ball 1. 1-1 count. And the coach is telling me we got 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th. So just make an out.
Yeah, the first guy of the inning, Maddox Brown made it out.
Yep, you're right. So Caden Stewart's going to steal second. The pitch is called a strike, so we got a 1-2 count on Carson Long. Quakers at second, third base. 2 outs. They lead Dover by a score of 4-3. Mason Gruhl, your pitcher for Dover. He's going to await his sign. He's going to come set. Here comes the pitch. Fastball away. Good job by Jonah Marks to keep that ball in front of him at the Quaker runners at bay. Jonah Marks wanted time just to go out and make sure he's on the same page with his signals as Mason Gruhl. (4-3) Quakers, bottom of the 6th, 2 outs. Mason Gruhl gets his sign from Jonah Marks. That pitch is a fastball, and that's a ground ball hit to short. Kelliker fields it clean, makes a good throw. It's in the dirt, but bobbled. So Carson Long is safe at first, and that scores Kane Audie from third base, and the Quakers extend their lead to 5-3. With that play, Caden Stewart's going to advance to third base, and the Quakers still got runners on the corners. That's going to bring up Max Steele. I call him the slapper. He likes to bat from the left side and slap that ball out to left center, or the left side of the infield, but he wants to give the Quakers a bigger lead here. Gruhl comes set. He's going to throw. Pitch comes in. Strike one called. The lights are coming on here at Tuscarora Park. Gruhl jumps, throws to first. Good job by McGarry to save that one from going into the Ferris wheel at Tuscarora Park.
Just turned them on, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's usually you try to turn them on top of the inning.
Right.
That way both teams have to get the chance to play with the lights on. So
Gruhl's pitch, that's a fastball back up the middle. Ricochets off Gruhl's leg. That's going to score Caden Stewart. And look at the hustle by Carson Long. He's safe at third base. And that's going to send Mac Brown to second. And that moves the lead to 6-3 Quakers. Gruhl's going to walk that one off because it ricocheted off of his shin. And that's going to bring number 18, Gavin Blake, to the plate.
Number 18, Gavin Blake.
Gavin Blake steps in the box. Mason Gruhl's going to get his sign and come set. He delivers. Curveball down low for ball one.
Ninth batter to bat here in the bottom half of the sixth inning for the Quakers.
Gruhl on the year has thrown 17 innings, 0.41 ERA. Pitch comes in, and that's going to be called a strike on Gavin Blake. Gruhl comes set. Here comes the pitch. Curveball just catches the outside corner for strike two. Two outs here, bottom of the sixth. Quakers lead 6-3. Mason Gruhl's your pitcher. Gavin Blake is your hitter. Here comes the pitch. Big sweeping curveball, and Blake tried to hit that up on East Broadway. Still an 0-2 count, two outs. Quakers on second and third, looking to extend their lead. Gruhl comes set with the pitch. Outside, just missed. 1-2. Gruhl thought he had him. Catcher Jonah Marks thought he had him. Assistant coach Doug Bircher thought he had him, but the umpire said, not so fast, my friends. That's a ball. It's 1-2. Gruhl with the pitch. Fastball, it's down the middle. That's hit for a base hit into center field. That's going to score two more Quakers. Gavin Blake with a 2 RBI single. And that puts the Quakers up 8-3. Stepping in the box for the Quakers is going to be the skyscraper, number 9, Maddox Brown. Eight 8-3 Quakers, bottom of the sixth, two outs. 10th batter to come to the plate for the Quakers this inning. Here comes the pitch, fastball away for ball one. As we mentioned earlier, a good crowd here for representing both schools. Stands are probably 3/4 full. There's a pitch, and there's another ball hit sharply up the middle. And Kelliker's going to field that and get the force to second base to end the inning. But we're through 6 innings of play. New Philadelphia leads Dover by a score of 8-3. We'll be back after this. This is WJER Sports.
This is Ann Geib Hanner. Geibs have cared for the families of this community, always looking for ways we can be of greater service, providing caring pet cremation at our pet crematory located inside the Geib Funeral Center in Dover. I invite you to tour our pet crematory and also talk with a Geib staff member to answer any questions you might have. If you should ever experience a loss of a pet, allow the Geib family and staff to provide you and your pet with compassionate and timely on-site pet cremation.
Geibs, caring for the entire family.
Wendy's new French toast sticks are so delicious, some are saying that they're better than their mom's breakfast.
Excuse me. Did you just say Wendy's new French toast sticks are better than my breakfast?
Mom, is that you?
Answer the question.
I said some people are saying that because they're so crispy on the outside and fluffy on the inside and perfect in every way.
Uh-huh. And what do you think?
I think it's time to tell people to choose wisely. Choose Wendy's new sweet and crispy home-style French toast sticks.
That's still not an answer.
At participating U.S. Wendy's during breakfast hours.
Welcome back to Tuscarora Park. We're through 6 innings of play. New Philadelphia leads Dover by a score of 8-3. Pitching for the Quakers, senior Brant Wells. Stepping in the box for Dover, senior James Leggett. He's the leadoff hitter for Dover. His job's going to be to get on base because the Dover needs base runners and they need runs to get back into this one. Leggett on the season is batting .297. His first pitch he sees is a first pitch strike curveball from Wells. Wells to the plate, fastball, down and away. Evens the count at 1-1. Wells comes again. That fastball must have just missed for a ball. And that's
it was close.
It was close. 2-1's the count now on Leggett. There's a fastball in there on the outside corner for strike 2. Looked like pretty much the same spot to me.
I thought it was identical pitches, to be honest.
2-2's the count. Wells delivers. Little off speed, down and away to drive the count to 3-2. Wells with the pitch. Leggett puts it in play. Shallow right field. That's going to be a tough play. And it's caught for out number 1 here in the top of the 7th. Boy, both players fortunate they didn't collide with each other out there. I think the second baseman kind of got winged a little bit, but the out was made.
It was, but those are the ones that cause collisions when you don't communicate well. So he's going out to check on him and see. And if I'm not mistaken, he might have be nursing a sore shoulder as well.
Oh.
McBride, I saw him when he was in warm-ups, had a I don't know, those kind of braces that you have on your shoulder. They have all kind of stuff these days. So it was just one of those things that, he come out and he switched over from third to second. And I don't know if he got spiked, he got stepped on. But needless to say, Carson Long made that good catch out there for out number 1.
That's going to bring Kelliker to bat, Ethan Kelliker. He's going to see a first pitch curveball called for a strike. Kelliker was the DH earlier in this game, but with the pitching change, moved to short. Wells gets his sign. He's going to make the pitch. Fastball just missed. Drives the count to 1-1. Kelliker awaits the next pitch. That's going to be a curveball. He swings, popped up down the right field line. Foul territory, and that ball's caught for out number 2 here in the top of the 7th. Quakers are 1 out away from winning this one.
Carson Long went a long way to catch that ball. And honestly, I didn't think he was going to get there, but younger guys can run a lot faster than older guys.
Yep, he did. He made a great play. Hunter Edwards is going to come to the plate, and he sees a high first pitch fastball for ball one.
You know, the thing you want to do as a pitcher is you don't want to walk anybody. Make them hit to earn it, and go from there.
That was a curveball that got away, and Hunter Edwards says, "I'm not moving," but it just broke in time that it didn't hit him. Drives the count to 2 balls, no strikes. Here comes Wells again. Fastball down Main Street for strike one. Curveball away. Noah Bullen does his best job to try to frame that back inside the zone. Here's the pitch to Edwards. Fastball called outside corner. That drives the count to a full count as we await the payoff pitch. And that's a curveball, hung it a little bit. Edwards got all of that one. That's a deep fly ball to the wall. He's at least going to have a double, and that's where he'll stop. Try to keep the Crimson Tornado hopes alive.
Good piece of hitting by Hunter Edwards for the Tornadoes. And it was actually a 3-2 curveball.
Right.
And he stayed on it, and he drove the ball. It basically almost went to the football practice field, hit right there to where the gates are at, and went up against the fence. So, no real harm for the Quakers, to be honest. What they need to do is just not walk anybody, don't commit any errors, and play a little D, throw some strikes, and see what happens.
Well, his first pitch is going to be a curveball called strike to senior Ben Ham. Edwards on second, 2 outs, top of the 7th. Ben Ham, the batter, he sees a fastball, just missed the outside corner. Drives the count to 1-1. Wells gets his sign, comes set. Here's the pitch. Down the middle, and Ham drives that one to deep center field, out of the reach of the Quakers. Ham's rounded second. He's going to head to third. Here's the throw. Here's the slide, and he's safe. So Ham with a 2-out triple to dead center field scores Hunter Edwards, and it draws the score a little closer to 8-4. Now on to hit is a pinch hitter. Gavin Blynn's going to step in the box, number 19. He's going to hit for Mason Gruhl. Coach Tyler Weitzel, he's going to make a trip out to the mound to talk to Brant Wells. Basically tell him, look, it's 8-4. There's 2 outs. Yes, there's a guy on third base. He doesn't mean anything to us right now. We need to get this batter out and call it a night.
No question about it. And like I said, it's really been, for the most part, and really until that last part of the 6th inning, it was really had been a pitcher's duel the entire game. At one point in time, I think there were like 4 hits between the two teams up into about the 4th inning, 3rd or 4th inning. And so the Quakers were able to put the ball in play enough and get enough base wraps to squeeze out some runs, and the Tornadoes are coming back now and trying to get some runs of their own.
The first pitch by Wells to Gavin Blinn is a called strike, curveball. Gavin Blinn, one of 3 seniors. Nothing more he'd like than to get a hit tonight and score Ben Ham. Fastball in and by Gavin Blinn for strike 2. 0-2's the count, 2 outs, top of the 7th. Quakers lead 8-4. Wells shakes off the sign from Bolin. Then they agree on one. He comes set, and here's the pitch. Fastball, that's pop foul. And that's new life for Gavin Blinn. Gavin Blinn, senior, hitter in the box for Dover. Brant Wells, senior pitcher. Here's his pitch. That's a curveball, and that's going to be hit foul. Good job of battling by Gavin Blinn. (8-4) Quakers, top of 7, 2 outs, 0-2 count on Gavin Blinn. Here's the pitch. Fastball high for strike 3, and that's going to be the ball game, folks, as New Philadelphia defeats Dover by a final score of 8-4. And when we come back to Tuscarora Park, we'll jump right into our postgame show. This is Jason Hall and Phil Tidrick for WJER Sports.
Pets Place in New Philadelphia is your locally owned leader in pet supply and wellness. Pets Place has products for pets from fish to ferrets, from bunnies to birds, even reptiles, and of course, everything you need for cats and dogs. Stop by and talk to one of their knowledgeable team members about the frequent buyer program. Pets Place, 118 Commercial Avenue Southwest in New Philadelphia. Open Monday through Friday 9 to 8 and Saturday and Sunday 9 to 6. You can also visit at petsplaceohio.com or on Facebook.
Anyone can improve their balance, hand-eye coordination, discipline, footwork, endurance, and cardio with boxing classes at the T County Boxing Academy on East High Avenue in New Philadelphia. Stop in, call, or text to get the same animal and 5% nutrition sports supplements used by pro boxer Sugar Dre Donovan, featuring the all-new 5% pre-workout RTD known as Kill It. Follow the T County Boxing Academy on Facebook for training videos and product reviews. The T County Boxing Academy, where serious athletes train.
Wood Electric has been trusted with all of your electrical needs for over 30 years. They're the place to call for industrial, commercial, and residential work. Wood Electric is available 24 hours a day and ready to help with any electrical problem, outage, or installation. Wood Electric, serving Tuscarawas County and beyond since 1988. Like Wood Electric on Facebook or find them online at woodelectric.net.
Whether you're looking for a little extra income on the side or an exciting full-time career with endless potential for advancement, our local McDonald's has an opportunity for you. Flexible schedules, competitive pay, fun perks, and a supportive team environment are all part of the package. A job at McDonald's is one of a kind, just like you. Wherever you are in life, you can find a meaningful career at McDonald's, and it comes with a side of whatever makes you happy. Apply online at mcdonalds.com today.
And we're back here at Tuscarora Park as the New Philadelphia Quakers defeat the Dover Tornadoes in the 103rd meeting of these two schools by a final score of 8-4. Pitchers duel right out of the gate between Gavin Blake and Colin Bruno. It was a 1-0 game, 2-1 game, 2-2 game for a long time, and then the Quakers really jumped out there in the 6th inning to extend their lead. Dover tried to answer back. They got one in the top of the 7th, but Brant Wells, the senior pitcher, came in as the closer and got the save tonight. And Quakers walk away with this one by a final score of 8-4. Coach, thoughts?
Well, thoughts was it was a pretty good baseball game. I mean. The Quakers, I believe, had 4 errors, and the Tornadoes committed a couple there late in the game that kind of helped the Quakers along a little bit. But it was one of those games where, there weren't a lot of hits. I think I had Dover for 6 hits, and I believe that I had the Quakers for 8 hits. So a couple extra base hits by both teams. The Quakers in this game did just enough that they were able to pull out a victory over Dover.
All right. We're going to take another quick break as we get an opportunity to thank our sponsors. And when we come back, we'll talk a little bit more about the game. And after that, we'll select our Subway player of the game. But we're going to take a break. We'll be back at Tuscarora Park shortly. This is WJER Sports.
Hello, Dover. Omni Fiber is excited to be a part of your community and offer a new choice in internet service. For a limited time, when you sign up for Omni Fiber, you will get 3 months free internet. That's right, 3 months free. Enjoy the speed and reliability of our new 100% fiber network with upload speeds up to 50 times faster than cable, Ohio-based sales and customer service, and speeds up to 2 gig. Sign up today and get 3 months of Omni Fiber internet on us. Visit omnifiber.com/WJER to learn more.
Pets Place in New Philadelphia is your locally owned leader in pet supply and wellness. Pets Place has products for pets from fish to ferrets, from bunnies to birds, even reptiles, and of course, everything you need for cats and dogs. Stop by and talk to one of their knowledgeable team members about the frequent buyer program. Pets Place, 118 Commercial Avenue Southwest in New Philadelphia. Open Monday through Friday 9 to 8 and Saturday and Sunday 9 to 6. You can also visit at petsplaceohio.com or on Facebook.
This is Don Kemp with Kemp Insurance. Whether it's repair work from a fender bender, the after effects of a powerful storm, or a life-changing moment like a house fire, Kemp Insurance is here to provide unmatched customer service. Kemp Insurance, your local hometown agents for over 35 years.
This is Nathan Kemp with Kemp Insurance. Contact us today for all your auto, home, farm, business, and life insurance needs. We're proud to have been your local hometown agents for over 35 years and look forward to helping you see the difference local agents can make for you. Kemp Insurance in New Philadelphia.
Join us at Keim Home Center for Customer Appreciation Days, April 17th through the 22nd. Keim is offering big savings, prize drawings, and good food. Save 12% on items through most of the store, plus Trex decking and Keim stock moldings. Enter our drawing to win great prizes. Don't miss the free pancakes and sausage breakfast Thursday through Saturday, the week of the sale. Our caring experts look forward to serving you. Don't miss Customer Appreciation Days at Keim, April 17th through the 22nd.
Back here at Tuscarora Park for the 103rd meeting between Dover and New Philadelphia baseball teams. New Philadelphia comes away with a 8-4 win under Coach Tyler Weitzel, assistant coach Chris Willoughby. And, Coach, these games never disappoint. You got two proud communities, two proud schools that they always take it up a notch in this game. I never was fortunate enough to play in this game. I know you played in it in several sports, but it's just like all the sports between the two schools. Doesn't matter your record. The kids are all going to take it up a level, and it's kind of who gets the good bounce or who makes the most mistakes to come out of winner.
It is, and many times it's whoever makes the fewer mistakes will be the team that usually comes out on top. I mean, a lot of these games are well-pitched games, and I really don't think that this was any different, even though the Quakers ended up scoring a total of 8 runs. But I really thought that, I thought that Colin Bruno pitched extremely well for Dover. I thought Gavin Blake pitched extremely well for New Philadelphia. And the Quakers were able to come in and get just enough to hits at the right time to get a couple of runs, to big runs with 2 outs in that bottom of the 6th inning, and was able to put the Quakers up on top. So, that's what you usually get. You didn't see any flamethrowers out there by any stretch of the imagination, and really, there were probably 4 or 5 hard hit balls throughout the course of the game, a few by each team. But sometimes you get that lucky break. You get a ball that hits the lip that bounces over the head of the third baseman, or the bounces up and off the chest of another infielder, and they get on base, and maybe you walk a guy or two, and something like that, and that's high school baseball at its best. And so, we were able to see a good game. I hope the people who were listeners were out there were happy with our broadcast tonight. But it's just high school baseball players playing each other, playing their rivals, and one team, obviously one team had to win. Now, if you would like, I got Coach Weissel coming up. You want to speak with Coach Weissel real quick?
Sure, why not?
Okay.
And while we wait for Coach Weissel to come up here, both teams, a lot of these kids are very fortunate because neither team has very many seniors, so a lot of these youthful kids can come up and learn from this game and also be prepared for the next time that they square off. But we've got Coach Weissel coming in to talk to us a little bit after the game, and we'll get his thoughts. Coach, welcome. We had to dig that out of the dirt because Coach Tidrick decided to kick it across the park here. But congratulations, 8-4 win against your rival. Close game throughout.
Yeah, it was a tight one, man. We played the last 3 days. Played Lexington the last 2 days. We played tight ones both days there. And this game going into the 6th was a repeat of yesterday. We kind of struggled early on, and I just kept telling them we got to stay the course. We just got to keep finding a way.
Well, and as Coach Tidrick and I called the game, we kept going back. You and Coach Fonders, very similar coaching strategies. Fundamentals, need base runners, put pressure on the defense, steal bases, advance runners, put them in scoring position, and then let the chips fall where they may. And you guys got a couple good breaks tonight, timely hitting, good base running, and come out tonight with an 8-4 win.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, our as of late, we kind of hit the injury bug, and, you know, our message to the guys has been 2 out hits and play clean defense. And we played enough clean defense today.
Yeah.
It wasn't exactly pretty, but it was good enough, so we'll take that.
Well, and the good thing coming out of this is big game. It's always a big game
Absolutely.
when you play your rival.
Absolutely.
And both teams very youthful, so you got a lot of young kids, a lot of good experience.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, look, it doesn't matter whose record is what coming into these games. They're awesome, man.
Mm-hmm.
The kids love these games, as they should. We love these games, and, you know, the energy and the intensity comes out of the last 14 innings we played against Dover has been nothing but awesome. And, you know, I hope we can use this as a springboard moving into, you know, the end part of the season and in the tournament.
Now, maybe you could tell us, when is that drawing and when will tournament play start?
Drawing will be 2 weeks. It'll be a week from this weekend will be the drawing. Then tournament play starts the last week of the season. That's Saturday. I believe it's the 13th off the top of my head. That's the first day sectionals can be for our district.
All right. Well, Coach, congratulations. You swept your rival this year.
Yeah.
Got a win at home here to end the rivalry series with Dover, and good luck to you as you go into the postseason.
Hey, thank you. I appreciate it.
Thank you for being with us. We're going to take a break, and when we come back, we're going to name our Subway Player of the Game. This is WJER Sports.
Hi, this is Ann Geib, president of the Geib Funeral Homes and Crematories. If our family and staff had the opportunity to share a significant date with you through a program, a meeting, a conversation, or a family remembrance, thank you for allowing us to share in your life. It's what the Geib family and staff have been doing for 5 generations, and it is what we'll continue to do, to take care of whatever you need, in the Geib tradition of excellence.
Tired of unreliable internet service and unexpected bill increases? Experience internet another way, the smart way. Smart Way Communications is your locally owned and operated high-speed internet provider, now serving Dover and New Philadelphia and beyond. Don't get locked into plans with more or less speed than you need. Smart Way is the better way. Local customer service, local infrastructure, and community-minded. That's the smart way to get reliable, affordable internet in Tuscarawas County. Call Smart Way at 740-254-8201, online at thinksmartway.com.
Cleveland Clinic Union Hospital is your first choice for primary care. From a network of family providers to convenient locations near you, you'll always get safe care right where you need it. For wellness visits, for managing your health conditions, for every care in the world. Turn to Union Hospital for all your primary care needs. All Union Hospital locations are accepting new patients. Don't delay. Schedule an appointment today at 330-602-0778.
2023 high school baseball
at Tuscarora Park. Dover Tornadoes fall to the hands of the New Philadelphia Quakers by a final score of 8-4. And it's the toughest part of the night, in my opinion. It's that time to select our Subway Player of the Game. In a game like this, you know, there's a lot of guys that do a lot of good things, but it's hard to single out one person to be selected for that Subway Player of the Game. And, Coach, tonight's no different. New Philadelphia had multiple players that contributed and did some good things to help their team win, but I think when it comes down to it, we had one guy kind of step up there towards the end of the game and lead the Quakers to make sure they came away with that victory?
Oh, that for sure, and that would be senior Brant Wells. He came in and ended up getting, well, let's see, it ended up 8-4, so that wouldn't necessarily be a save, but he finished the last 2 innings for the Quakers when the Tornadoes had a little bit of a run going there in that 6th inning, and actually Brant gave up 1 run on 2 hits, 1 K, 1 base on balls to finish out, and at the plate, Brant went 1 for 2, but he had two big RBI in this game in that big 6-run 6th inning for the Quakers. So for that, senior Brant Wells, our Subway player of the game.
Well, congratulations to Brant Wells on being selected that Subway player of the game. And that's going to call it a night and finish up the work for us here at Quaker Stadium. New Philadelphia defeats Dover by a final score of 8-4. This has been Jason Hall and Phil Tidrick with WJER Sports, partnering tonight with Claxon Communications to provide your live stream coverage. Thank you for watching, and good night.
The Eat Fresh refresh just won't stop. Now Subway is refreshing their catering with easy order platters and box meals perfect for any occasion. Start with sandwich or wrap platters. They're loaded with craveable crowd pleasers to feed your crew without all the work. Or try individually packaged box meals featuring a tasty 6-inch sub, footlong, or wrap, plus chips and a freshly baked cookie. When you have a group to feed, make it fun, delicious, and easy with catering from Subway. Visit Subway.com to place your catering order. Advance notice may be required. 2023 high school baseball and softball on WJER is made possible by great local sponsors like Keim Home Center, Wood Electric, Pets Place, Dover Brake, Dover Philly Heating and Cooling, Kemp Insurance, Smartway Communications, T-County Boxing Academy, Wendy's, Geib Funeral Homes, Crematories and Pet Crematory, Subway, Cleveland Clinic Union Hospital, and Omni Fiber. Catch a video replay of today's game on WJER.com/videos or on WJER Radio's YouTube channel. Thanks to our video production team at Claxon Communications. WJER is the sports voice of the Valley.